to make
Fire
sure
in the
once
hole.
fire in the hole, and then once we pop on, I'm gonna have to make sure I play the thingy majigger. The thingy majigger, the majigger of thingies. How you doing, everybody? How's it going? I can
These
see.
technical terms you're throwing at me. What
Yeah,
is
the majigger, and I see some people are having some commercials. I got some Viagra on one of my screens here that I'm seeing. I guess I'm sponsored by Viagra. Maybe not. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, me and David are actually sponsored by Viagra. But let's just real quickly get into the intro video, and once I'm done with that, we will shout people out. David's got a bazooka in back of him. Not really. And then yeah, we got our lifetime supply of Viagra coming for us, and so here is the intro video we got going on here. Thank you so much. What's up, guys? Bert here, doing a vertical live. Whoa, vertical live. There may be some new people up in here. This feeds out to the shorts feed, and we're gonna try it out. So couple things. I will be catching up on content this weekend because I am super busy at work, and yeah, that's what I do. I got to do some work. It's testing season. You know how that goes. It's testing season. There's nothing like testing season. So that's what we're doing. I will catch up on Saturday and Sunday. Also on Saturday, I will be a guest on Spine Ticks. Thank you so much, Sith, for allowing me to show my Grady Dicks on your show. Hope you guys enjoy. Got my buddy David here with me, or maybe, I'm not sure. If I have him, but we're gonna make this happen. So thank you all for coming, and welcome to this vertical live. The lives that are verticals. It's actually vertical. You know it. It's radically, vertically live, vertical live stream. Peace out. What's up, everyone? Yeah, I got the vertical live, and I got my buddy David, guitar off the cuff, with us. Man, I'm glad you came on with me, David. You got the red light special going on right there. Below. Give me the red. Is that TLC, the red light special? Oh man, I haven't heard that song in a long time. I think I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow while I'm working out.
I can do different colors too.
Oh my gosh, let's not do that.
Settings.
Yeah, my ADHD is flaring up right now, but let me hit up the chat while you.
I'll keep it steady. I'll pick something and stick with it. Don't worry.
Rock steady. But welcome everybody. Thank you for popping in onto this vertical live. If you are just watching on the shorts feed thing, I got David, and he's got something super important to tell you. So stick around. Everyone else, it's a secret. You do. It's super secret, right? But thank you, Mimi. Mimi's Place. Welcome. How you doing, Mimi? Spine Tick, Sith. Yeah, I'm gonna be on with Sith on Saturday, and it's gonna be a fun show. I always have a great time. I'll make sure I take some medicine before I go on. Yeah, and I'm the only member so far in this whole land of the United States. We are called the Dickheads, and I am the biggest fan of Grady Dick. He plays for the Toronto Raptors, so that dude is going to win the MVP, and I'm calling myself the Dickhead. If anybody wants to be also a Dickhead, I am population number 1, Dickhead Central, Grady Dick MVP. So yeah, and thank you, Sis, for allowing me to come on.
I mean,
we could all be dickheads. I mean, it's up to you. And
exactly.
I'm gonna order the Grady Dick shirt soon, the jersey. Welcome, my Linda Elliott out of Louisiana. My buddy Allison Pro Jam, who just had a live premiere. David, did you know that Raf of Allison Pro Jam is probably like 50 hours away from getting monetized?
Oh,
no, is it 50? Yeah, 50. That's one live stream. That could have been this thing that popped. But you know how YouTube does, right? You know how they do
I will set up my laptop and we'll get there.
Awesome, man. And then you will give them the red light special.
I'm not going to start it right now because I don't want to distract myself.
Any day now, within today, tomorrow, it's going to happen very soon. Congratulations, Raph. You are totally on your way. Speaking of guy who is on his way,
this thing will help.
That thing is an HP Intel processor with AI programming. And
it just needs internet access.
It's something like that, right? With Wi-Fi. I'm glad the solar eclipse didn't knock out all of our Wi-Fi connections, right? So that's a good thing.
I grew a third arm, so
yeah, and I have 4 nipples. It's in my back, right in my shoulder blade. So yeah, 4 nipples. I deal with that as long as my internet works. And speaking of,
if I could think of all the possible sentences you would say on the live stream, I have four
Yeah.
nipples. Not it
Yeah,
wouldn't have even made the bottom of the list.
this morning when I woke up, I didn't even know that was gonna come out of my mouth, the four nipples on my back, but there it is. Here we are again. I'm a dickhead, and hey, I got four nipples. Grady Dick. It's all in context, right? Speaking of a person who got monetized, is Fong Foodie Adventure. My
Whoop,
one of my
whoop.
older friends, just like Raph, he is monetized, guys. So when you watch Fong
Whoop,
Foodie Adventure
Fong.
stuff, please
Any
don't
one of these.
skip the ads, right? Because the ads help the people out, and they're not that too long, right? At least don't skip the first one. Okay, so that's Fong. Welcome, Fong. Let's see if who else I got up in here. I got from the hilt. That is Logan from the hilt. He is like the biggest GI
What's
Joe
up,
master
Logan?
of all time. And that is Logan from the hilt, and he does some cool AI stuff. Welcome, Logan. And then speaking of commentary and stuff, Alan Williamson, the father of the year, the guy with the drone that actually did you know Alan Williamson took his drone up to the eclipse and landed it right on the moon and got a front row seat of the eclipse? It's actually on one of his videos.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that would be viral. But I wish, like, I told him to fly his drone over to my house. But Alan Williamson, Father of the Year, making a castle for his boy, best commentary, got a smile that is very mischievous, and yeah, man. And his smile reminds me of what is going through my head all the time. And then Cranky Frankie, what's up, Cranky Frankie? He does karaoke and cool stuff. What's up, Frankie? How you doing? Welcome. And then what do we got here? I think I said hello to Mimi. There's my name is Billy. Oh, that's Billy back here. John Swerzik, Four Cats in the Virginia Mountain Shack. Welcome, John. You guys, I don't know if you guys were able to see we'll talk about the eclipse later, but welcome, John. And let me going down the line. Oh my gosh, I can't plug in my little mouse thing because I have to plug everything into the receptacles, which is crazy. And Adam of Cat Entertainment, can't really say, just wanted to say hi. Hello, Adam. How you doing? I think Adam is starting a new job this week, and congratulations for that, buddy. And I'm making my
Oh
way
yeah.
town, and I
Congrats,
think I
Adam.
made it out of the shower. Alan Williamson has made it out of the shower, and hallelujah, praise the Lord of whatever Lord you praise, right? So now I'm down at to the chat, and I'm just catching all these things. Thank you for the thumbs, and I think this is feeding out to the short feed, but I'm not sure. If there's anybody out in the short feed watching this, come on in. David has a big secret for you guys, and he was going to tell it to you, right? What's up, Joel and Spike? Just letting you
I
guys
don't
know.
remember the big secret. Was there a big secret?
Okay, like if they come in, right, we see a new name, you're gonna tell them anything. They don't know who we are anyway, so it could be something we already know. So that's
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
the secret is that if they stole my bike, then they're guilty and they don't deserve the $1 million, Pee Wee. Right? So remember that?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have that kind of
Oh
money,
my
Pee
gosh,
Wee.
that is such a
So, well,
classic movie.
they took it. They don't deserve it, right? Man,
Uh,
I always wanted to have a Pee Wee Herman bike, right? So I
like
luckily,
after he gets
yeah.
knocked out, he goes, "You remember anything?" And he goes, "I remember the Alamo," and they all go,
Right.
"Woo!"
It's in the basement of the Alamo, and there is no basement.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Large Marge, everybody. Man, I want to watch that again. What's up, Maiden Sport of Wax? How you doing, buddy? I know Maiden just slightly recovering. I know he hasn't been feeling too well, but I'm glad you came. Guys, Maiden made it to the 3K
So
mark, which
Maiden,
opens up Super Chat. And that's a fantastic thing. David, I feel like I'm so confined to this little space. Like I'm like, okay, let's not move around too much because I might get popped out of the dang square and end up into
mhm.
the multiverse, right? What's up, Rudini? Bert and Sparky sounds like a kid's book. This is the adventures of Bert and Sparky. Sparky was a big boy, while Bert was the leader of the dickheads, the fan club of Grady Dick.
The leader of the dickheads.
Yeah, guys, I like Grady
Yeah.
Dick. I'm getting the Grady Dick Toronto Raptors jersey. I don't know how many points he scores,
Well,
but I think
I
it's
saw Fong said we should get Grady Dick to join on the live.
next time I'm actually gonna put at Grady Dick, and hopefully a
Yeah,
porn star doesn't show up, right? So like, hey man, what's up? I'm Grady Dick. I'm like, dude, not you.
yeah,
The other Grady Dick, not. We're not trying to talk about all
yeah.
that stuff. And Robert Springs, what's up, Robert? How you doing, guys? Robert Springs, super cool dude. You see him everywhere. Thank you for coming, Robert. And yeah, and guys, like what I was saying, Maiden had opened up super chat, which is fantastic, and we got a
Oh,
couple
that's
people.
funny.
Yeah, like Fong is
Alan said, "I'm just here to win a year supply of Viagra."
oh yeah, yes. So I've noticed a couple Viagra videos playing on ads and stuff. Like when my daughter, for all people, watch, it's like, dude, okay, don't skip that. But I'm not gonna tell you what that's
But
for.
don't look at the screen.
Just don't look at the screen. Are you a man over
Plug your ears and
35?
look away.
Yeah. So get the Grady dick out of the mouth, right? So yeah.
I think you
Guys,
got to draw the line one or the other. It's either you tell her to skip just those if she wants to, or it's okay to watch them. It can't be.
got the
What is,
Grady dick. This is Grady dick, by the way, guys. I've been saying Grady dick. I'm not being rude,
Mhm.
but I really like this player. All I do is I eat, sleep, and dream of Grady Dick all day long, and I am the number one fan of Grady Dick. He's going to be the MVP of the season. I made a video of it, and it already hit 1,000 views. I guess people agree with me, or they think I'm stupid. But if I win, I'll be the
So no
smartest guy in the
benchmark.
world. So yeah, I
Everybody's solidly on either side of the fence.
right,
Agree
yeah.
or
So it's either
disagree.
you know who Grady Dick is or you don't.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just calling it. He's the MVP of this upcoming season. This is actually a cool card, David. It is whatever this parallel majigger kind of thing. It's his rookie, and it's numbered. It's like numbers 30 of like 79. So supposedly this is a good
Cool.
card. And I've fallen in love with Dick, right? So Grady Dick. But
See, it's only bad if I laugh at it. Then I'm being childish.
why are we laughing? We're just talking about a guy. It's the man's name, for God's sakes, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
It is the man's name, right? So his name is Grady Dick, and I just like, I like rooting for the underdog, and just like, you know what? I'm just gonna put everything behind this man, and who knows? Who knows? It
I
may
think
be
you're
one of
right.
those
Yeah.
political maneuvers where they make him the MVP because one, there's stuff going on in Canada as far as the government. I'm not going to talk about it, but you know how they do things up in the NBA and NFL. So they make little maneuvers, right?
What's going on
So,
in Canada?
well, I don't know. I speaking of Canada, what's up, Callie and
Oh,
Jordan squad out of Canada? You know, it's also that Canada is maiden. And Specs Appeal, Joe. Hello, Joe. She's got a dog with two color eyes, David. Two different color eyes. A blue
Yeah.
and a brown, I think.
Is that a husky?
I think so. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know it's a
'Cause I
husky or
think
not.
I can't remember for sure if that's one of the videos that because our dog has she's a husky
Like,
border collie mix.
yeah, she said like David
And she
Bowie.
is the same.
So what breed was David Bowie, David?
What breed? I think
What
he was
breed? I think
Homo
it's
sapien.
a homo.
I think
You are
yeah.
wrong. You are wrong, sir. You are very wrong. He was a homo sapien.
Ah,
Am I right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he's a homo sapien. But it's a Homo squared sapien. That's David Bowie, right? Well, don't you think David Bowie? I think he was he swang that way.
I have no idea.
Did he sing like "I'm a Machina girl" like that song? Or was that someone else?
I can't. That song doesn't sound familiar.
I don't obviously listen too much to David Bowie, but he is out there. So I don't know if he was Homo squared sapien or what. Ghost Cup, I'm so jelly, Bert.
Either
Oh
way,
yeah,
we can move on that.
yeah. So we'll move on, but check this out. So Specs Appeal, Joe, she does like reviews. I know she drank like everything single ghost thing. Joe, I'm sorry, but this has just regular iced tea in it, unsweetened because I am a masochist and I don't deserve any kind of fun, so I stay away from sugar. So,
Unsweetened tea. That's just
right. Unsweetened tea is not good at all. The algorithm will love questioning whether to ban this stream or not. You know what? The algorithm's going to probably say that guy said dick 46 times, but he did show a Grady Dick card, right? So I'll tell you what, I will not say that guy's name anymore. I'll only call him Grady. That boy, Grady, out of,
But
yeah.
I think the thing is, it's also like how early in the video you say it
Yeah,
too.
I didn't right off the bat just,
Part.
oh, what's up? We got the
Yeah.
dicks coming out of the Bible. And you know what that boy said when he went to, like, remember Eddie Murphy was talking
Yeah.
about his son going to Eddie Cosby comedy show? Dad, what he say? Well, well, he said this, Dad, and he said that. It's like, oh my God. But I know, hey Bert, I got a short coming out soon with a dick in it. Oh my God. So check it out. Callie and Jordan Squad also pulled a dick out of the wrapper, the dick out of the wrapper, right? And what's crazy is when I got the Grady dick, right? Because I got into David,
Sorry,
compose
I'll be in
yourself.
third grade if you need me.
Compose yourself, sir. I'm talking about opening sports cards, right? So,
It's your
so
phrasing. You said pull a what out. You know, it was
right. So like I
yeah.
opened it, right? Like, and I got 3 Wembies, by the way. They're supposedly good, right? And then when I was opening it for this card, which is it's numbered, right? And it's got like this like Battlestar Galactica parallels, right? It like I pulled the wrapper and the dick just like flew right out, like right at my face. It like flew and I like almost poked me in the eye, man. Like seriously, this thing almost took my eye out. Um, but yeah, so this dude, I don't know if he's any good, but I think he scored like 8 points. He's coming off the bench, but that's him, guys. And I don't I'm just going behind a super underdog, of course, like Joker and then Luca and those maybe LeBron James is gonna be like the MVP, right? But I just like to go out there on left field and wait for balls to fly over it so I can catch it. Right. So that's why I'm getting full behind Dick. Because yeah, I had a Dick story last week too, not Grady. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You pick like okay. So real quick, I've been taking a break, David. Just letting you know. I think I also put it in my announcement page, my community announcement, and I was basically saying like, guys, I'm gonna watch content like on Saturday, Sunday. Believe it or not, like it doesn't look like it, but I'm highly stressed out right now because we got testing, state testing going on at my school and all this craziness and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh my god, it's been very hard for me to watch content. And I'm gonna get onto it on Saturday as soon as the morning. I wake up at like 5. I'm gonna get on it and just click all the blue buttons and catch up. Right, so it feels like I'm going through withdrawals, by the way. It's like I haven't watched a video. It's like, oh my God, wait a minute. I watched Allison Pro Jam's premiere, but that was right before. So yeah, I try my best not to do all that. But oh, check this out. Then they said the photo. Okay, so what what I wanted to talk about, David, is I've been doing a lot of SEO in my long form videos. Um, what does it stand? It's called for what does SEO stand for? I know Kate of Narrative Driven Art would said it was search engine optimization, right?
Oh, okay.
And I was on the phone with Fong
Oh,
over the weekend. I was telling him about SEO, search engine optimization, and I'm like, wow,
yeah.
man, like I went all the way out and I said, okay, first I'm gonna get monetized. After I got monetized, I'm gonna mess around, do a bunch of shorts and just throw them out and check it out. And then after I do that, I'm gonna sit down and really look at SEO, search engine optimization. So what I did
Yeah.
was like I got TubeBuddy. It's $45 for like just enough what you need for the whole year, and it helps you with the SEO. It's better than the Indian dude that keeps emailing me like, "Sir, would you like to help you with the SEO?" I'm like, "No, sir, I don't. I don't want your help." But what do you call it? It's been helping. It's been helping because like it tells you a checklist, and if you get 10 out of 10, it calls you a rock star, and then you kind of just sit back and the analytics do its thing, kind of, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
kind of
pretty cool.
compare it to like before I was just putting like a base model Corolla out, and like after
Mhm.
you get the 10 out of 10, you get your title right, your hashtag, you put chapters, by the way, meaning you guys sit there and watch your video over again and say, this is the time that David laughed when I was talking about dick, and that would be like at the 12-minute 45-second mark, right? And then you do that, then you send it to Facebook, and I don't have any friends there, so you like it there, and then you do a bunch of stuff, and then it goes you 10 out of 10, and then it actually like helps out. And I try everything, right? And when I find things out that kind of work, I kind of share it with you guys. And here we are on a vertical live. I feel so it feels kind of cool. It just feels really small, but yeah, so when we're talking about like but it's cool. Like the dick fit in it, right? So it wasn't so small when I showed the dick on the dick card, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't too small. So we'll see. And so far, I've not seen anybody up in the chat that's new. So if you guys are just watching in the short speed, we've been talking about Grady Dick, and we're going to talk about some cash money. So David, what anything going on with your life right now? What you got going on while I look at the chat and type some words?
Um, just more investing. Last week was really ugly on the investing front, and I think the market was in general okay, but I didn't. I was swimming upstream every move I made, so it was a rough one for me. But this week's going better, so that's the thing I always got to remember is if it doesn't happen this week, there's still next week. So, but that's been on the work front, and I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do next with my music. I feel like I keep thinking too much about what everybody might want to hear rather than just what comes out of my head naturally. And so I keep interrupting myself every time I get creative. And so I think it's best if I just stop recording myself for a little bit and just try to figure out what I want to do to share my music, and maybe just going back and making some videos because that always gets me inspired because I have quite a few songs that are already made. So, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm continuing that enjoyment of it so I can really put a good effort into it.
Yeah, I've noticed that whenever like you get like a writer's block or you just feel not feeling it, like if like
Mhm.
before I was like, let me put out a video. I was like, okay. Like I did like one short today because I wasn't really feeling it because I've been so busy and I haven't been able to like videotape much, right? So like I know you want to put things out, but then like when you step away from a while from what doing something and then you come back, like the juices get flowing again, right? Like the creative
Yeah.
juices, I guess, right? And then what I did
And
want to
one of the challenges for me is that it's like for to make it more uh, to keep me interested, I have to increase the complexity. And that's not always something that everybody wants. Very few people want to hear increasingly complex stuff. I'll pick it up and I can do stuff on it easily that I couldn't do like 3 weeks ago because I'm always learning a new thing. And I've been backing off of that because I know that may not be something everybody wants to hear. I just need to figure out what I want to continue to learn and just keep changing my style, just like I always have.
I mean, you did get there. There's like the cool thing about YouTube is like there's really no rush. Like I don't feel rushed anymore. Like especially now that I have
Yeah.
the hours, right? And it's just like you put it out there and you see what happens. And like me, I don't even know. I'm still in my infancy of YouTube, in terms of being on
Mhm.
YouTube, and I'm trying all these things. But what's cool is when I try something and it works, I stick a little with it and I push, and then I see, right. And then if it's something that doesn't work, then I just don't do it anymore, right. What's up, Barbie Daily? And what's up, Luke of El Georges and Budget Rips? Welcome, everybody. I got my buddy David guitar off the cuff here. I was
It's
talking to
funny.
what's
Go
that,
ahead.
David? Okay, I was talking about Tubebuddy, guys. I have in the description of this live stream, I have a link there for Tubebuddy, and it's like an affiliate thing there. So if you click it, you check it out. You could, I guess, try it out for free and stuff. It's in the link of this live stream in the description or in the script. And yeah, if you choose to do it, then I get like 33% of whatever cents on the dollar,
Mhm.
right? But yeah, I could like seriously vouch for it because I like TubeBuddy because it does help out SEO, and that's like later on when you're getting close to like when you are monetized. TubeBuddy really helps out. Like David of Callie and Jordan Squad is monetized too, right? And I think he was saying his demographics are dead people. I think that was later in the earlier up in the chat, and like really
Dead people.
I don't know. I think because he's like, because some like I remember like you put something out and it's like our friends, which guys, I'm so happy that the MDBC crew and stuff we support each other, and it's like really, I can I can guarantee that you guys can come check me out, and it helps like get the video pushed out in some way when you get those likes. But then what I've been doing with the SEO is like I'm getting your awesome support, but I'm also getting SEO pushed out, search engine um things pushed out too. So it's like a double whatever, right? What's up, Judy?
Mhm.
How you doing? So, TubeBuddy, the link is up in the description. Check it out. I like it because it helps me title my videos. It helps me put something in the description. It helps me put chapters. I can check in to see how it looks. There, it's got a lot of features. And what's also cool is you can go to another person's channel and you can take the tags that they use. And I can actually see like how many views you got. It gives you could also check like your favorite whatever cooking show. You go out there and you could just pull their tags and drop it right into yours if you want to be that way. But I try my best. I also use this thing called rapid tags where I go make a short and if it's a but eclipse, I'll just type shorts eclipse and they'll give me all these tags and I just copy and paste it. Then I'll double check it off the TubeBuddy. So now I'm actually working through the SEO part, search engine optimization. Um, and it's been helping. At least I think it is. I mean, yeah, I'm getting views. Like my videos are getting to 1,000 views now or more,
What's
and
the tool
that's
you said you used for the hashtag generation?
oh yeah. It's if you click on the description of this live stream, I put this TubeBuddy, and I also put rapid tags. It's called rapid tags, and you just
Mhm.
type in funny dogs, and it'll give you all these tags. You basically copy it on the
Oh,
bottom and
okay.
drop it onto your tags, and then you remove the ones that are irrelevant, like
Yeah,
Hindi happiness dog. Oh no, this is not part of that. So
right.
so you want to get rid of the ones that are not part of what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah,
Um,
but at
so
least gives you a group. Okay.
yeah, and it groups it, and then if you have two buddy to add on top of that, then you could really like look at the numbers, like oh, this is number 10 out of all, so like ooh, I'll choose that one, and it's just about playing with
Mhm.
it. I wouldn't suggest you get it until you get monetized because again, everything I spend what I
Mhm.
make, I spend. So every penny I make, I throw it right back out, and I use TubeBuddy, and I use Filmora, and then I buy slight small equipment and stuff like that. So it's like dollar for dollar. I just put it back in, and then it helps out, right? And it helps it grow. I think so. That's
Mhm.
my thing. I'm now since I'm monetized, I'm really getting serious about optimizing my videos with the search engine and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's all in the description. And let me move this so that we could, because I feel it's gonna squish my head like the kids in the hall. So, David, you,
Squish, squish your head.
I'm
Crush,
squishing
you
your
know what I
head.
crush your, I crush your head.
You're right. I love the
Oh,
kids in the hall when I was growing up.
that
It
was
was
some good stuff.
doom, 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 da 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 do do. Okay, that's enough because it's gonna get copyrighted. Once you get
Yeah.
monetized, guys, anything over like 10 to 15 seconds, man, they're gonna say you need to mute that part. I'm like, oh my god, that was the greatest part. That's when David told the secret to the universe.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It was the
yeah.
answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah, that's cool, Joe, and it's cool. Like I still get to do all of that too, but now that I'm like kind of like making some money, whatever I make, I put back in because I don't really need it, so I put it back in and I help get TubeBuddy and little things. Right, I'm not gonna go all out and get me a new laptop.
Mhm.
I mean, the Google car, it went to 1.4 or 5 million views, right? That thing got out to like 200 some dollars and it's still doing stuff, right? So like just that alone, I'm like, okay, what can I do? Let me go ahead and get this dang TubeBuddy to get all this stuff, and it kind of helps up. What's up, Ethan?
Mhm.
24 Yeet Man, and yeah. Oh,
Yeet.
so Yeet Man. Yeah, I think we're. I don't think you're allowed to say Yeet if you're over 40. I was told that you can't say bet, big bet, bet all. Like that kind of
Well,
thing. You
they
can't
gotta
really.
change where those lines are because people are living a lot older than they used to.
I know, right?
So
So
now
we
physically, I can't do some of the stuff. I'm pre-40, but the verbiage post-40, I can still use some of it. I just can't claim all of it.
catching skills. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work on
Like
my
I can't say
catching
no
skills.
cap. I can't say no cap. That's
No
too cool.
cap, no cap.
I can't
No,
say that.
that's no cap is already getting too old. You know what they call it? They call no
See,
diddy.
exactly. That's
It's
why I let
done.
it go because I knew that one would come and go so
Right.
quick.
It's they still kind of use it. They go facts, no cap, but it's no diddy now. That's I'm hearing that now. No Diddy. What?
No
Okay,
Diddy.
I go. All
Like
right,
that one.
all right.
No.
So by the time you say you
That
get
one
the
won't stick.
yeah, by the time you get the courage or like let me at least join the rest of the world and say no cap, and they're like, no, that's like we're done with that. It's not
I
nothing's
always,
lit.
whenever it's a new phrase that I'm going to drop in a conversation, I always make sure I use it in like the stupidest way so that it makes the person acknowledge.
I
Especially one of my
like
buddies loves making fun of me.
and that's the thing, I've used a lot of my shorts, guys, like so I put shorts out, but I still it's like my clips, like videos that I've shot, the dogs, the like I'm going out in public looking at stuff, the clips, luckily I didn't blind myself. A lot of it is stuff, and then the things I use, the YouTube tools, right? It's my humor, right? So it does help out in some way. um David, did you get muted?
No, I don't
Oh,
think so.
okay. Oh man, I was like, I thought I lost you. It's like the ground control to Major David.
Why did something go with the
No, I was like, I was. Oh my God, David, do you know James, this nerd? What's up, this nerd? I met James like 2 days after I met Raph. Like he's my second oldest friend on YouTube. Like he does some cool stuff, and he got 1,000 subscribers before all of us. What's up, James?
nice,
Welcome. And we are doing a vertical live here with my
nice.
buddy Guitar Off the Cuff. We're talking about SEO, search engine optimization, and I'm going all out because I don't really have a niche, right? So I kind of just put stuff out there, but I don't put stuff out there that's not me, right? Like I'm not gonna put a bunch of dancing stuff because I suck at dancing. So I try to keep it with me so I can keep producing the content of silliness and Grady Dick and whatever, right? Because that's just my humor, right? And so far it's working. What's up, Patty Fish? Um, Oh man. So Rudini, yeah, man. I know Rudini works hard sometimes. He works in a garage with some cool tools. I know earlier you were talking about the week has not been good. Why do you? Okay, let's before without like talking too far, like as far as governmental things and stuff. Like you said, the market wasn't doing too well.
No, yeah. Well, for the stocks that I owned, uh, they weren't performing well, and I was not trading them well. So it was like bad to worse. But the rest of the market was doing okay. Now this week, the market's starting off okay, and my stuff's doing okay. So it's just really annoying whenever I have too much of my money in the market as opposed to available cash, and then things go down, because I want to have money whenever things go down rather than have it invested already, because then it's like everything's on sale. So that's why it's so good to keep a good bit in cash, is so that, if some of the good stocks drop, the first thing you do is zip in and buy them. Well, depending on why they're dropping, obviously, you got to figure out if it's a real bad news event or if it's temporary. But
hmm.
yeah, last week by the end of the week I was in such a foul mood, and that's why I sent you that text. It's just like, man, I still have just an attitude hangover from last week. I wasn't good until about halfway through yesterday, whenever I was doing okay on my trading. I just had to get back to a point where I was like, I get my confidence back up there again.
That I guess it's would you do you get a thrill like Wolf of Wall Street when you're trading?
No, I'm probably a little bit too nerdy and analytic about it to get. I mean, I'll do some pretty bold strategies, but they're protected bold strategies. So I'll go way long on a stock that may not be the greatest, but I'll have some call options to protect, or there are different ways to protect the position, so I minimize the potential loss, but it also minimizes some of the gain or reduces some potential gain. But you can also feather in and out of the options too, because you can sell those and buy those back and stuff like that. So in a day where your stock that you own, and you own, I sold call options on that stock too. If the stock goes down, those options are now worth less, which means since I sold them, I have to buy them back to zero out. So I make money when my stock goes down, and when my stock goes up, I make money. But it's not a one for one. But it's just tricks that I've learned that make it so that on the days when I make lots of stupid decisions, I don't lose as much money because I have some protection in there. So
That's cool. Real quick, as you're reading Maiden, I know it may be way small. What's up, Sable? Sable's got some cool content as far as music and genres. And what's up, Luis of Casper Nelson? But he's a financial advisor. I do that with my stuff for long term, right? I say go just put this in like S&P and the Nikkei or whatever it is, the Europe, Asian market, Nikkei, whatever it is, and I put like money there, make it safe, and I'll get it in 7 years. So that's the financial advisor. I did, like, I think David, I was told you that I bought $100 worth of NKLA. It's Nikola stock. I think they do batteries and stuff like that. The big batteries for the trucks and stuff like that. And so far I'm up $12 since last week. So I don't know. I was actually looking at stocks, right?
Out here.
Okay, it's the symbol is NKLA. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor at all. I suck badly. That's why I have credit card debt. But yeah, I was gonna buy AI stocks, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But then I started looking at AI companies that regulate or watchdog, like for YouTube, and like check and make sure AI is copyright free, whatever. I don't know. So I couldn't find that. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just buy uh, NKLA. It's like Nikola stock. What's up, Janet? How you doing? And had to get my computer because I couldn't type fast enough on my phone to say hi, hello, Barbie. And yeah, so I bought that, and I'm not even sure, David. I just on a whim. It's up $12, and we'll see. Um, and it's kind of in like some kind of thing. And yeah, because I had some money. I used to use Scott Trade that turned into TD Ameritrade that turned into Thinkorswim. Now it is Charles Schwab.
Okay.
I'm like, my God, that doesn't sound right. It's like I've been like, oh my God, I've been passed around the block.
TD Ameritrade, and the platform I use is their Thinkorswim.
I have Thinkorswim, which is like for some reason it's Charles Schwab now. So I'm like, well,
yeah, they're changing over. They got bought out by Schwab. So
Schwab.
I don't think much will really change. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, so StreamYard's free and easy. Yeah. And then David of Kelly and Jordan Squad, we are streaming out of StreamYard, and all I did was I clicked on portrait instead of whatever, and it went and tightened it up and squeezed us down. I'm like, I feel like, remember Superman when those villains went in that little cube and they got sent to Earth? That's how I feel right now. Like I'm stuck. What's up, Brian Basketballs? How you doing? He does super cool.
I just wish I could get my hands on the right spot.
Just push it up. But Brian Basketball does these QR codes shout outs, which is fantastic. And then we got like three Canadians. We got Made in here. We got Callie and Jordan Squad. And I think we got Perch too here. Welcome, Perch. How you doing? And guys, I just want to let you know I've been super busy. I have not been able to catch any content this week. I'm kind of taking breaks from content watching because that takes a lot of my time. At school, I'm a teacher, and we're doing testing season. So on Saturday, I got my work cut out for me. What's up?
Don't we have a rule about the Canadian limit on the show here? I'm looking at our rule book.
I think we can have 50 Canadians on at one time.
Oh, okay. We're good then.
We're good. We got four.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure nobody got booted. That's all I care about.
No, we are so good right now. Oh my God. Yeah. So Georges is from Canada too. See, we got 5, man. So
that's why we got to check, because if we even approach that limit, we're going to start
once we look, all I'm doing, I just said, we're just talking about, we're 42 up in the chat. So it's getting pushed out. Maybe we should say Canada more because the algorithm likes it, right? Dude, we went from like 25 to 42. If you guys are in the chat and you're from the shorts feed, we love Canadians. We have a quota of 50 because from my understanding, every Canadian person I met, Callie and Jordan, John the Autograph Fisherman, the Perch, right? Then there's DM, and there's Maiden.
There we go.
And then there's a bunch of Canadians, and every single one of them are, and L. Georges, Luke, right? They're just stand-up dudes, man. They're super awesome, fantastic people. So that's why if we had more than 50, the chat would blow up because it's too much love and too much like happiness and kindness and coolness, right? So
Yeah,
you
because
guys are,
Canadians were just too nice. That's the thing is just the heart button would break. That's the
yes,
problem.
the heart button would just fly out like how Grady Dick flew out of my hands and it'll poke me in the eye when I was opening up the pack. So thank you, Canadian friends, and also the other friends up in here. Yeah, we've just been talking about money and all kinds of different things. And I've been super busy, but I'm gonna make my way to the blue buttons on Saturday. And what's up, Saints? How you doing? I know this nerd. Thank you, this nerd. Guys, check out this nerd. He's an old friend, cool dude. He makes some cool Minecraft stuff. For those of you guys who put together Minecraft content and stuff, check out this nerd. He was around when I would have live streams, and it would be 4 people in it. This nerd, Miss Janet was there, Christy, Crazy Crafty Live, and Veronica, and Raph, and maybe a couple others. So I used to have live streams with 4 people on, and James would be there. And then did I say hello to Luis, David? I did, right? Casper Nelson.
Mhm. I
Well,
think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna say hello again to Luis. Luis's shorts are doing very well. I believe she is monetized too. So check out. Okay, the
Nice.
people are monetized up in here right now are
Open.
Casper
Open
Nelson.
hill.
Casper Nelson is monetized. Spine Ticks is monetized. Fong Foodie Adventure is monetized, meaning they make money when videos are watched. And Callie and Jordan Squad is monetized, and I believe everyone else is working their way up there. Raph will be monetized within the next couple days, and that's super exciting. Yeah, so I'm thinking of starting some Minecraft. Um, yeah, so guys, a lot of you guys are cool. Like, I'm telling you right now, there's gaming channels on here right now. There's cat
Mhm.
channels, and guys, we're heavy with the cat channels. With the Modern Day Breakfast Club, super heavy. And the only reason why it's like that is because man, they're fantastic. Fantastic friends that we picked up. And it would if it wasn't for Alice and Pro Jam, then I wouldn't really
Yeah.
know the cat community. And they're super cool, and I've
Yeah.
loved it. What's up, Lorenzo? Out and about? How you doing? We were just talking about some money, and yeah. So I bought this stock, and I'm up by like 12, $13, and I'm gonna probably just hold it for a little bit. It's such a small investment of 100, and we'll see where it goes. And
Yeah.
let's see what let me see, make sure I'm catching up with the chats. Yeah, most of my money comes from the shorts as well, Cats for Nelson, and it's that's why I put out shorts. And like I was saying, from someone who's just coming in and doesn't really know who I am. They were like, "What is all this stuff? This is like so
Mhm.
much different types of shorts." Yeah, but it's stuff I think is funny that I can reproduce all the time because my brain is stupid like that. And some of them pop, some of them don't, right? But I like just being funny. Believe it or not, I'm a pretty funny guy, but um, I have to be have to be
Believe it or not.
believe it or not, I'm a funny guy.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, but I have to be reserved at school where I have to be, hey, how's it
It's
going?
the
Make sure you're
greatest
doing the
American
work.
hero.
Right. And yeah, and like Alan Williamson,
Yes.
like if we had to pick who would be the great American hero, it would be Mr. Alan Williamson. Um,
Uh,
he's father of the year. He's got a drone. He's like a superhero, and he's got a car, and he's got racing stripes on the car,
so
and
he's
it's
basically
and
Batman, is what you're saying.
he's Batman. Like, yeah, Alan
Okay.
Williamson is Batman, and he goes to work, and he has a great time. Uh,
Well, that's the thing is you got to maintain the cover. You got to have a day job so that when you're doing
right. So
stuff,
it's like
you know,
he probably comes home and peels his face off, and like it's not him. It's like who knows? It's Alan Williamson. Wait. Raph is telling me because you texted me. Mimi has a question. What was your question, Mimi? If I could catch it. Let's see. Mimi had a question here. Let me go back. Bert, can I ask a question? Yes, you can. Ask away, Mimi. Digital products. Hello, tranquil, unique nature experience. My YouTube birthday is May 14. Will I lose my watch hours if I'm not monetized by then? So, Mimi, what would happen is on your birthday, nothing's gonna happen. The day after, you will lose whatever hours you picked up on a year back that first day. And then you're
so
playing
it's a
that
rolling
it's a
365.
rolling 365. So you're not going to
Okay.
lose everything. Like, for instance, I just started a channel called Monetization on My Mind, and I don't have many hours in it, and I kind of just started it. So um, you will lose the hours on day one of the first, like day 1 of 365, if that makes sense. Then day 2 you will lose that. So it's like you'll be playing this catching up game. You won't lose them all, right? That's a good thing. And lives and silent lives and all this stuff helps. I'm just letting you know, the vertical live streams, you get more people popping in and stuff like that. There's there because it goes to the short speed but counts towards the hours. Wow, I started another channel too. Yeah, see, like, so like what I was saying is, check this out. It's almost like we all think alike, David. Callie and Jordan Squad, Luis of Cats for Nelson, myself, Sith, who else? Who else is monetized? Fong just got monetized, so we can't really, like, he's still learning. But all 4 of us that are monetized, it's like, now that I'm monetized, let me start another one. So I have another one, which I when I have free time, I push into. Luis did, and then Sith does some with like other content, like opening cards of other things, and then Callie and Jordan Squad has another one too. So like you can see, when you get monetized, you kind of get like free because you're not worried about watch hours. So if you're free, you can try another avenue, right? So, which is cool. And I know I know what to do with that monetization. That other one, I'm not worried, because all I really have to do is, if this thing does what it does, my real one, I just have to put some effort into the other one, and I know what ingredients to put in, right? Okay, what ingredients in, and I sprinkle that ingredient in there when I have time. So, okay, what's up, Shane Tyrement? Freedom is right, Cats for Nelson. It's weird, right? So you're all pushing, everyone's pushing to get the watch hours and the subs, but once you get it, you are free. When you are free, then
Freedom!
your
Sorry,
mind could
flashback
like
to
go
Bert.
over to places. Give us is free. Remember Amistad, the one where the ship, and like the guy was saying, give us is free. I don't know. Certain quotes from movies always get me. Like, give us is free.
Yeah,
Are
I don't
you
remember that one.
are you not entertained? Like, that was my favorite. I'm like, you bastards. That guy did something cool. You're not entertained? Russell Crowe. What's up, Card Battle Entertainment? See, that is right there. So, speaking of a new channel, this is Callie and Jordan Squad's new channel because he's monetized, and it's called Card Battle Entertainment. Mine, I just have kind of sitting. I don't ask anybody to check it out because you guys are already busy as it is, and I'm not putting enough content. I only have 2 videos in it, but you get free when you get monetized, and you kind of have to get the watch hours and all kinds of stuff. And then Geek Man's gonna drop another video. He does some dancing stuff. He joined the
Alan,
dance challenge.
Let me check. Doesn't look to be. Since I'm down here, I can check. He's not wearing any pants.
No. I don't even know if I'm wearing pants. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pants. I don't know. I don't know if I have pants on at this point, guys.
I don't have my wardrobe sensors fired up.
There we go, Saints. I'm wearing Spanx. Dude, that's the secret. I was wearing Spanx.
Oh boy.
No, I tell you what, David, next Tuesday we're gonna have to wear Speedos. We are wearing Speedos on the next live stream. I'm gonna wear the hot pink Speedos. And what color are you wearing, David, on the Speedos?
I'm probably gonna wear the full body coverage regular clothing. I don't think I'm gonna steer clear of the Speedo there.
Oh, okay. Wait, real quick. Serious question. Serious question here. And I think I saw.
We have to be serious. Okay.
We're gonna be serious because Mimi had a secondary question, additional question. Okay, so she said,
"Okay, I'm serious.
My hours were reset on the day after my birthday to what I had a year ago on that date. Oh my god, I'm doing no. It's so. Say for instance, tomorrow's my birthday of my channel, and I have 3,000 hours, right? My birthday hits, then the next day shows up. I'm not gonna lose 3,000. I will lose day 1 of a year back, and say that day 1 I only got 12 hours. I will lose only
the most recent 365 days.
Well, the most not recent. Is it the most the earliest?
Most recent 365 days.
Most recent. You're right. Why you gonna confuse me with that double speak?
Spitting out facts and stuff.
Still saying words that are weird. But yeah, so you lose that first day. And if it's whatever 12 hours, you lose that 12, and then whatever.
Mhm.
But what I've noticed is if you are like starting right in the beginning, you didn't like you're just putting videos out. You're like da, 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 and then eventually like you hear about live streams or silent lives, and then you start doing that your last 3 months before your birthday. So that's where the chunk of your material, your hours are coming from. You're really only losing little pieces unless you've been doing lives the whole time, right? So at least for me, I did like a bunch of videos and stuff, and I probably had 100 or 200 hours. Then I started doing lives, and then we did the modern day breakfast club, and I'm like, oh my god, and then just went wow. But that's the thing, and it's just like try not to freak too much out about it. Just keep doing what you do. Don't like and you
I don't know. You might want to freak out.
what
I'm not saying for you personally. I'm just saying I like to keep that as an option for myself. Freaking
yeah.
out's always an option.
Oh, okay. So how do they calculate PAY for videos? Oh, pay. So it depends. Like I don't know if you want to know. Okay, wait. If you had a big start with plenty hours to your debut, then you are doomed. Okay, yeah. And a lot of people don't start off big. Like they come in and they're like, oh, okay, let's figure things out. You don't boom right off the bat go and pop out and have 20 people up in a live stream. I mean, some people do, but those are people with money and a team, right? But most like me, I like honestly, like I would do live streams with one person on for the first 4 or 5 months, right? Um, so yeah, most of us are not doing that. So you should be okay. Just keep doing what you do. Try to get more frequent. Try out the site the vertical live because you get more. We got 40 people up in the house, and really, I think there's like the crew in itself is like 30 some awesome people, right? The way that they pay though, if you want to know, so every let's say every 1,000 views you get like 10 cents on a short, about on average, right? And then once you get to like 10,000 you might get $1, right? And then when you get to 1,000,000 it's like that's where the 100, but then it compounds and does craziness once you get past 1,000,000. So does a vertical live earn money too? I'm gonna let you know, Luis, because I did a vertical live last week Thursday, and I did it for 26 minutes, and it got a lot of views. Got 200 some views, right, just for the 26 minutes. I have not clicked on. Well, actually, let me click that. And David, you want to talk about anything while I click on here and I look and answer Luis Katzfer
Well, I could always
Nelson's.
give a tour of my guitars.
Okay, David is going to show you his guitars, and because I'm done showing
This
my
is
Grady.
Shrek. It's a Schecter 7-string, so of course I named it Shrek. That's my nicest guitar. Don't let the other ones hear you.
Don't tell them.
Then I got Izzy over here.
Izzy Stradlin.
No, this is just Izzy because it's an Ibanez, and it was my first real nice guitar. Standard 6-string, but it's an Ibanez RG 570. Then this guy goes by the name of Big Red. This lighting doesn't show how red it is, but it's got a decent amount of red to it. Then the most recent addition, oh, he's way back here. Oh, gee.
Hello, Anu.
This is Big Blue. He's another 7-string. This one's an Ibanez. They all have different sounds and different feels and different colors. Sometimes that's enough.
Thank you for showing your guitarista, senor.
Oh yeah, and then we got this guy here. Got the whole music studio going.
Dude, yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, David has a lot of toys, guys. Some awesome toys. To answer your question, Luis, I made 24 cents on the vertical live stream that lasted for 26 minutes. So you do make money from vertical lives. And I guess it goes to the shorts feed or something right now. I'm not even sure where this is. I think it's headed over the shorts feed because wow. And then really, Izzy Stradlin, wasn't that a guy's name, like a guitarist?
Yeah, he was one of the guys with Guns N' Roses, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
but
it's Ibanez is the brand name, so I turned that into Izzy.
Okay. It's a cool name though for a guitar.
Yeah.
And Big Red. I know you did one with Big Red. One of I think you played Big Red for the one of the songs that you put out. Wait,
Yeah.
let me see what Sith was talking about. When they stream over me, okay, okay. So he's talking about that. And then what's up, Danielle? And then what's up? Hey, thank you, Lorenzo, for the 31th like. The Sanju Ichi like. Thank you so much. Domo arigato gozaimasu. And then let's see what we're talking about. Let me play some music by David Guitar off the cuff. Or were you gonna jam something, David?
No, I was just holding my guitar.
Uh,
It's kind of like my binky.
oh, like it's like you sleep with the guitar and like
Oh
stroke
yeah,
it
it's yeah.
as the guitar gently weeps. So
Just
let me see if I can play your. What do you want to do? Should we play your cello one, or do you
that'd
want?
be fine.
So this is the cello one that David put out, and
See, I'm already regretting making a major key one. It's just gonna drive me nuts.
this right here. Yeah, so we got.
This is in, I think it's in C major, or is it in D major? I can't remember.
I think
it's
you this. Yeah, I think this does sound like C because I know we were talking about a pleasant key
yeah.
of D. Adam did a vertical live stream and it got lots of new viewers. Yes, vertical live streams could get you lots of new viewers, which is pretty cool. What's up, Renee? Renee is close to monetizing, guys. She's probably like 200 maybe away, probably less. And yeah, she's very close. So that's Rascal and Lucy and Allison Pro Jam. Those two channels, great friends of ours, are very, very close to getting monetized. Raph is probably like less than 50, and Renee's probably less than 200 for sure. What's up, Jennifer Morales? Man, David, we got the cat community up in the house here. They're fantastic, awesome people, and most of the crew, Modern Day Breakfast Club, is part of the cat community. And
Oh
man,
yeah.
Super supportive, awesome people.
It's the foundation. It's the center. It's the heart.
It is, and you know, Raph, big part to play in that. For I'm just blessed to have met Raph, right? Because it opened up a lot of doors, and then Raph and I were talking about like how can we get people connected and stuff like that, and here we are, right? And to get Miss J's in the craft community and stuff like that, and we got card collectors and we got spine ticks up in here, and you know we got Alan Williamson, who's kind of like me, like we just put stuff out that just we think is funny, but he's got better commentary. I tell you, like he could go to town on commentary. And hello, Danielle Davis, and Danielle Davis does some cool shorts. She got like some cool chickens and stuff like that. But yeah, man, the cat community is fantastic, and I'm just so grateful that I met Raph, and I'm grateful that we've been able to like come together and like help each other out, right? And it's crazy, like it's so cool that when Fong got monetized, and I'm so excited for Raph, and I'm so excited for Renee and Maiden and everyone else who's making their way, because like Casper Nelson, Luis, and I was saying, once you get monetized, you become free. It's weird. This is like a freedom song, don't you think, David? Like it just
Sure.
feels freeing in the mind. What's up, Brenda Arumbi? I haven't seen her in a while. How you doing, Brenda?
Hey, Brenda.
I think she was in Dubai, a housemaid in Dubai. Brenda, it's been a while, and yeah. And then got the other guys talking about like trying your best not to go over another person's stream, right? And especially if they have like a time slot that they go, right? Like me on Saturday nights at 10 o'clock, I make sure like, hey, I'm free. I'm gonna go over and check out Sith of Spine Ticks, because man, not only is he's cool, there's a lot of people there checking it out. It's a fun show. He provides cool information that I actually listen to, and I actually get a lot of success from listening to the advice that Sitz puts out. So I mean, it's cool that the community is very helpful and stuff, and I've met a lot of cool people up along the way. Hey, yes, yeah, and that is Brenda from Dubai. I think she changed her name, and yeah, David, it's been pretty cool. Let's just make sure I'm not missing anybody up in the chat. What's up, Share Bear? Hello, how you doing? Let me go ahead and give Share Bear a moderator wrench. David, what's your
with the wrenches now?
Man, I'm gonna deal. It's okay. Before I didn't know. I was like, I was so scared to give people wrenches, right? And now it's like I don't mind giving wrenches. I just don't give the major wrenches out. Rap, I think, has one. And yeah, we got Share Bear up in the house, and got back from a training session from my new job. And congratulations to that new job, Renee. And Renee, how many more hours do we have left before we got monetized? So Rascal and Lucy are almost monetized. Oh, so Cats Luis has 4 other humans helping. That's cool that you have a creative team. And then I think Raph, I'm trying to look at his old text there because YouTube is behind. I think it's according to Fong and Raph, I think it's like 6 to 8 days behind in terms of hours and stuff like that. So it's pretty weird. Let's see. I'm trying to catch the chat here. David, what if you had the money, what instrument would you buy? Like if money was zero issue, like what is like on the list of instruments that you would want? And like, you know,
I probably just more want the proper studio equipment because honestly, this is it's not the greatest guitar in the world, but it's as good as I need it to be. I mean, I might want a couple different guitars, but it'd really be about the sound equipment and just adding more options there for recording.
Yeah, I'm just checking out real quick on the chat. Let's see. Card nobody support those who have commented on my channel and good friends to accept it. Let's see. Okay, cool. So I think I gave everybody a wrench right here. And I did ask Renee how many hours she has. Let's see if she said anything here. And then do you like going on vacation, David?
Vacation for me is not really something I do. I don't really do.
Huh.
I never really. I mean, I'll sometimes I'll go down and see my brother in Florida. That's a thing that's happened. But that's probably the biggest trip type thing. He lives near Orlando, so.
Do you go around and enjoy like the sights of Orlando? What do we got? Like Disneyland there and some other cool stuff, or
heck, I can just look at the alligators in his backyard. Because they have a little pond there, and there's always at least one in there, usually 2 to 4 feet long.
Dang.
So not deadly for a human yet, because eventually it gets big enough, and then somebody says, "Hey, would you mind taking the deadly alligator or soon to be out of there?"
So
it's a crocodile, whichever one it is.
Alligators are like the wickedly weird teeth, and the crocodiles are bigger. No, crocodiles are the sharp, like small mouth, and then the alligator is big, right? We don't have those where I'm from on Guam.
They're actually getting bullied by the turtles that are in the turtles and the swans that are in the water with it. He's getting pushed to the side. He doesn't know what to do.
What's up, 40 and Broke? Yeah, I saw 40 and Broke on Millionaire Paul's channel as one of the hosts, which is pretty cool. 40 Broke got some good advice about money and stuff. He's a truck driver, and I like him. He's like, what do I know? I'm just a truck driver, but he's got some good advice. Like, and what's crazy is we all have like advice, right? Like David with money, we know like I shouldn't buy this. Like, I wish there was like a pill you could take that doesn't make you spend like on stupid crap. I wish I would
learn to not. If I had that feeling like I was spending money on something stupid, the thing I started to do is I would not buy it then, and then I would make myself leave the store. Now the problem is you buy everything online, and what am I gonna do? Chase myself away from the computer.
Right, that's the hard part. Now that they freaking have Amazon and freaking like B&H and freaking places you could just buy online, man. If there wasn't for that, I'd be okay, because I could.
Swans, exactly. That's what the alligator said.
Yeah, swans are freaking dangerous, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, swans, don't they chase people? I remember watching like YouTube early on, and there would be like swans flying
Oh,
over and like attacking people. Those damn
you
swans.
cannot win in a confrontation with a swan or anything like that, or a goose, because you're either the wimp that ran away from it or the jerk that kicked it. It's like it's a lose-lose scenario. You cannot come out of it clean. So you just got to take a wide berth.
Dude, that's a good one there. I bet, yeah, give yourself 48 hours before impulse purchases.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yep.
good now about stuff like that. Like I always like I don't say like, do I need it? You know what I ask myself, David? What would my wife say if I got this?
That's actually a good because it's an outside perspective.
Right, because it's like I can't trust myself, so I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna say that's dumb. Why'd you buy that? I'm like, yeah, because I need this like monstrous like
Oh yeah.
blunderbuss gun or something. Yeah, it looks cool, and I
Yeah.
could shoot like nails and marbles out of this gun if pirates attack. Right, if we're trying to keep them from boarding the ship, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you don't need that, right? So it's pretty good that like blunderbuss. I think that's what it's called. So
Yeah, that's the one with the big
big hole, right? The big hole.
Yeah,
You
it looks
just
like a
stuff
trumpet
it with
underneath.
whatever. I
Yeah.
think they used it for like people when they were trying to board ships. They just fill it up and shoot whatever they got in there, like
Yeah, that's before they had
jiggers
grenades.
and yeah. I need a thong for the. Oh my God, Alan! If you go and put a thong on while you're making the castle and painting it, you'd probably go viral. I'm telling you, Alan. Wearing a thong on the live stream. I'm gonna turn this down and maybe you could jam for us.
Nah.
Oh, it's not gonna. Yeah, it won't be copyright because you just. He's this guy's guitar off the cuff. It's coming straight off the cuff.
What do we want? What, metal?
Yeah, just play something cool. We did. This is a song David made up. It's called "Alan Blinded Us with His Thong." Oh, a sing along would be awesome, Brian. Well, you know what? I do want better equipment.
Visible there, because I could be doing this and I'm just playing a recording off something else. Just with the hands. So that's what I do for about 2 hours every day.
Oh man, when I first started learning to play, like I didn't really know how to play much. What's crazy is like my mom's like, "You want to learn guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, "All right, you could come to my the studio where she worked because she taught ballet, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, you
Oh,
go and it'll be free. This guy Ted will teach you." I'm like, "Okay." And that guy was in a band, right? And rocker dude, and he's like, go in and I get a guitar and he tunes it and he's like, all right, here's the song we're gonna play. Love Song by Tesla. And I'm like, what the hell, bro? Like you're gonna freaking teach me
yeah.
and like took me a freaking 3 months to learn. I didn't know how to play guitar, but I I, I remember it was like the hardest thing ever. I'm like, guitar is the hardest thing. You didn't teach me no chords, just trying to teach me damn plucking and like tapping and those releases. I was like,
It's
wow.
funny.
It's
It's funny. It's once you quit trying to, I don't know. Well, for me at least, once I quit trying to force myself to learn how to play things that I didn't really want to play. In other words, learning other people's songs and playing parts that I don't like of the song. What I just quit playing other people's music altogether, and then I was able to work on techniques that I knew I could do, and then I gained confidence, and that led to, I don't know if you can call it a style, air quotes going up there.
air quotes.
Yeah.
Good night, Robert, and peace out, Saints. Thanks for coming, guys. That's a good one, David. Confidence. That's what it takes to learn things. You need confidence, right?
Oh yeah,
And
that's you're 100% right. That's what made all the difference. I quit criticizing myself and stopping the recording every time I made a mistake, and I would just keep playing, and then the mistakes were left less often and not as bad. And then eventually I would think it was a mistake, and then I went on playing it back. I'm like, no, that's in key. That's just not the note I intended. So not always how it goes, of course, but
DC John. Do I play the trouser trumpet and the skin
yes.
flute? Jim Carrey, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Man, I always want. Yeah, okay. So we're not like, like, yeah, Grady Dick, right? That dude is a basketball player, and I'm just rolling with. It's funny because when I was a kid, like I remember like hearing words, and it would just like make me laugh, right? So of course, like we're from the '80s. Every time you heard someone with the name Dick, you're like, your name's Dick, and it's just funny now. It's short for William, you jerk. But yeah, man, it's you know, the thing is, like, my students, right? A lot of believe it or not, most people are good enough to do what you ask them to do, not like go play freaking Tesla love song your first time trying to play. That's just asking too much of
Yeah.
a kid, right? But like, let's go play the let's play A. it's
Mhm.
it's literally three chords right on the second fret, 2 3 4, right? Two, yeah, 2 3 4. Or you could just put your finger on it and hold it, right?
Yeah.
That we could do that, and it's got, you play it the first time,
Maybe
blang,
maybe
blang, you know.
a guitar instructor should say, "Hey, who's your favorite band?" We'll play just a little bit of that before we start.
Starlight Vocal Band, Afternoon Delight. Can you play Afternoon Delight? Oh, that's heavily copyrighted though, David.
I can't even replay half my songs that I have recorded on YouTube. I would have to learn them again
Yeah,
because I write them as I go, and then once I have one that is a song, in other words, it's successful, then I was able to do the different movements throughout the song.
I'm sorry, David. So I was trying to get away from Grady Dick, but Zach Sports Club said collectibles comes in, and look at his comment right there.
Oh no!
So Grady Dick injured his groin, groin for real. That is so. Grady Dick injured himself. His namesake was injured.
So who is it that got the groin injury, Dick? No, I mean who? Not where.
He's still gonna be MVP because he's so good. He can hop in one. Who's that one basketball player? Remember, he got hurt and he came back. He was a center and he was hobbling, and he kind of like, I think they still lost. Was it Samson, Ralph Sampson, maybe, or something? So Grady Dick is so good. He
What
doesn't.
that?
Yeah, he could actually have two hamstring pulls, a groin injury on both sides, and two black eyes, and still be able to shoot from
Groin
the
injury
floor.
doesn't even you do this. I think you're kind of hurting as a basketball player. As soon as you extend, you're not.
Right, but he's so tough that, like, you literally, that groin injury is not going to stop him because he can, like, hit from anywhere on the floor. A full court shot, right, inbound, like full court, like Jerry West style. Throw it down, it's gonna go in. It's gonna
So you're
splash right
saying
in.
some dicks will be affected by a groin injury, but that dick won't.
Not the big dick. This is what I call him, big dick. He's the man. So, as you guys know, I am
At least 99 out of 100 dicks will, but that particular dick.
not this dude. So like I am like the Grady Dick. I'm in a part of the Grady Dick fan club, which I started 2 days ago, and we're called the Dickheads, right? So I've not found anybody else in the world yet, but David, I don't know who you like for basketball, but I like this dude. He's good. I don't even know. I've not watched a game, by the way, guys.
It's been a while since I sat down and watched a game.
You know what? I watched.
Actually, there was one guy I was trying to remember. He was with was it Oklahoma? He just was so athletic. It was like watching a young Jordan play. Now that's an overstatement, of course. Obviously, anytime you compare anybody to Jordan, it's probably an overstatement for the most part, depending on
I
your
don't think you can compare anybody to Jordan. I just
Yeah.
I can't, because like I really watched basketball back during Jordan times. Hey,
Yeah.
David, can you say hello to I mean Tyrion, a new person
It
up in
looks
the
like
house here.
Tyrion.
Hello, Tyrion. We've been talking about Grady Dick, and I am the
Is that
biggest Grady
Tyrion
Dick fan.
Lannister?
Lannister, like
Tyrion
Tyrion
Lannister from Game of
Lannister.
Thrones.
Oh, isn't there a Game of Thrones coming out, the new one?
Well, they have the other uh, uh, what's it called?
It's coming out soon.
Someone's gonna type it into the comments. Our goal is to figure it out before someone types it into the comments.
Right, that's the goal. And I try not to Google
And
stuff.
the new series is something dragons. Oh,
Oh, come on. Okay, wait. So real quick. So
someone's gonna type it in. I know they are.
what's up, Tyrion? And we're off. As you can see, we're just going through different types of topics. Here's one. Renee only needs 285 watch hours to make the 4K, which is not far and thing. So guys, having free time, check out Renee. It only needs 285 to get that 4K, and when she gets to the 4K, she will be free. Yeah,
House.
free up in the house. And oh my God, what do you think about Dennis Rodman, David?
Oh, as far as Rodman's contribution on the championship team,
Yeah, yeah. What we'll do is we'll just forget about his off the court escapades with Madonna.
Oh
and
yeah, he was
being best friends with the Korean dictator that wears pajamas.
Well,
Like we'll just stick to basketball.
He did become a team player. Part House of Dragons. Thank you.
House
man, I
of
wasn't going to think of it. I knew it
Dragons.
was something dragons. But he actually, the thing that made him successful on there is that he actually became a team player, which he just was a bad boy everywhere else he was. But he became a team player, and a bad boy as a team player is really something that, you know, you get some good rebounds and some good movement underneath the basket. Somebody like that.
Real well, I got to John, man. He's going all out. You know what, John? I literally just got dick out of my head. It's back in my head
Korean
now.
dictator.
Korean dictator. Like, you know who should go help ease tensions? Rodman, I don't know. He's done all right, but I think Grady Dick should go over talk to the Korean dictator.
He's free now since he's injured.
Yeah, his groin, right? He could go and like shoot baskets with what's it, Kim Jong Suk or Kim Jong Un? I don't know. I think it's Un or Il.
Il or yeah, Un is used to be, Il is now, I think.
Kim Jong Il. Good night, Brian. Guys, check out Brian Basketball. He does awesome QR codes. He's such a fun guy. He actually has a basketball on his head, David. A basketball hat. Like his head is a basketball head.
Nice.
And he makes QR codes and he shouts people out and he goes toot toot, which is cool because they did that on Sports Center too. So someone on Sports Center is watching Brian Basketball. And I saw a new person up in the chat real quick. Let's see where we at. I saw Amsley Patterson. Hello, how you doing, Amsley? We were just talking about Grady Dick, the basketball player. I think he's going to be MVP. It's a long shot. He probably not now that his groin is hurt. And we were talking about the House of Dragons. And I really think if Scottie Pippen was not playing all those years with Michael Jordan, he'd be like remembered more. That dude was good. Like,
oh yeah,
freaking Scottie Pippen. Oh my God. Too bad he was in the shadows of the greatest player ever.
Well, but then again, I mean, you have the two greats together like that, and they fed off each other. That's when you know, the years that they won like 70 games in a year or something like that. Those were the years where they were just so locked in with each other.
Guys, I'm trying my best to get it out of my mouth.
See, he's just running with it.
Dude, Alan, like it's like the floodgates, right? Like it's like, okay,
I think he jumped over to an AI platform and punched in, you know,
all the ways we could. Not only does Grady play basketball, but he is also a political diplomat. So he's gonna be going over, and then yeah, and I often cook naked cook scrap. Dude, naked cook scrambled eggs. You know how they had on Discovery Channel, Naked and Afraid. I'm like, did you ever watch like Naked and Afraid, David? Where they like tell people to go
No,
out and they gotta hang out outside naked, and they put them with other people, and you're like, okay, here we are, we're naked, and we have to survive like a couple nights out in the
so
elements.
it's like Naked Survivor.
Naked Survivor. But I don't know about naked and afraid. I'll be like naked and embarrassed. That's what we'll be doing. I'm gonna be afraid, like mosquito bites and
I
stuff.
couldn't do regular Survivor, and then if I'm body shamed on top of it,
Right?
forget.
Naked and it's like, what's that thing? Well,
Forget
that right there, son, that's my Grady. My Grady dick.
yeah, exactly.
I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just my Grady dick. I'll be, oh,
I'm going to be self-conscious while I'm picking these live bugs off my skin. I think not.
yeah, like mosquitoes. What's up, Susanna Marjan,
You're
proud
lucky if
single
it's a
mom?
mosquito.
And then Adam, check back what is going on with this live. We are just talking about Naked and Afraid. We are talking about Adam, Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just random things that were on my mind. And then someone said, I think Luis, like, or someone said, how many people do you think were actually injured, with their retinas because of looking at the eclipse? We got some of it to view yesterday through the clouds, and I looked at it with my naked eyes. My naked eyes looked at it for like 4 seconds, and it hurt. It like actually hurt my soul. Maybe it was trying to recharge my soul, like like like
Yeah.
what is that, Yu-Gi-Oh or something? Remember where they like they charge up?
I don't know. I think you might have injured your eyes there.
I could have. Yeah, I didn't recharge my soul. It
How
just,
many
but it
fingers
it
on
felt
old
kind of
dog?
weird. I just joined a Sunday basketball team with my stepson. Hey, that's awesome. What's up, Burpees
Cool.
Giant? Guys, Burpees Giant does like burpees every single day. He's gonna do 1 billion burpees by the end of the year. I think from maybe 47 more days to make 365. Um, Oh wait, what is Adam? And Adam, yeah, congrats on the new job. Adam is doing a job from home. I've always wanted to teach from online when I was teaching in the regular school because I didn't really like my job. It was hard, and there's too many other adults. Now that I love my job, I'm not trying to search for online stuff. Um, but that would be cool to join a father and son team. I know Alan has Trey. He's making the castle for. That'd be cool. It's a good experience. Um, what is burpee? Is the same sort of burping competition. Yeah, James, check out Burpee Giant. He does burpees. It's like the military. You're standing, then you go into the push-up. What is it like the? What is that position right before a push-up? Like a mountain climber, then into a push-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, standing
Imagine
mountain
the
climber
most
push-up,
strenuous
something
way
like.
you can get down to the ground, and then strenuous way you can get back up. That's what it is. Yeah, it's a full workout.
It's hard. It's like you got to have a good core. And the dude is like, what are you, six? I think he said he was like 6'4", 6'6", 225. Like Ice-T, what is it, 225, 6'2", 225 doing damage. But I think he's like 6'4", 235. Doing burpees, right? Oh, plank. It's called a plank. Um, oh, Dave, he said, "What's up?" The giant said, "What's up?"
What's up, yo?
But man, I like Pippin. And I did like Rodman. That's Luke Longley. Oh my god, the Australian dude from he was okay too. And then Paxson, 6'5", 265. Oh my god. Woo. Ooh. And then if anybody in the California area, in on June 26th, I think it's a Friday, I'm gonna be going with hopefully Raph Fong and for sure like Sith of Spine Ticks. We are gonna go to VidCon. It's the YouTube like convention. I think it's near Disneyland. Um, I'm
Awesome.
gonna go. And if you guys, I know the Giant is in California, so I'm hoping we could all meet up and maybe go there and just check it out, right? If not, we
Are you
could
gonna
check it
shoot
check
out
it
some
out.
updates with your phone throughout the day?
Oh man, you know what? We're gonna do vertical lives and stuff like that, and
Yeah. Okay.
we'll hit a vertical live. 81% going. Check it out, David. That's a big because you know what? Raf said there was a 33.6% chance.
81%. Yeah.
I like those percentages. That is a very good
Yeah.
one, Raf. You know why? Because he said
That reminds
33% chance he would ever go
me.
live.
You have Guardians of the Galaxy where it's towards the end. He goes, "How much of a plan do you have?" And he goes, "Like, well, 11%." He goes, "Ah, that's not even a concept."
So, dude, that is like almost in because he told me there was a 30-some% chance he would ever go live and show his face. He
Yeah.
did, remember? For the dance challenge. You know who also came and did live with us? John Swarzik. That was fun times. So, man, I'm excited. So it looks like Raph would probably be going and Fong, and then of course Sith, and then we'll hit. Maybe while I'm out there, what I could do is if internet allows, and it's a Tuesday. If it's a Tuesday around that time, I could stream out, and maybe I might be close by, so I could like hold the camera and say, "Look, David, as you're," because I'd like to still do the
Mhm.
Tuesday lives, even though I'm out in California. And I'm like, "Look who I'm with! I'm with Raph right now," and then
Yeah.
we'll do a dance or something, right?
Oh, that's definitely got to.
I'm pretty fit. I could in a marathon with a week's notice. Yeah, I could. Yeah, Alan Williamson looks like he is pretty fit. The chat is now on the video. Okay, let's see if I'm fit. Okay, I sit up when I get out of bed, then go back down at bedtime. Before, when I was really lazy, I'd do 2 sit-ups a day when I woke up, and one to lay down at night. Um, but man, it's like now I gotta make sure I take care of my body, because your body is Wonderland.
Oh no, I did not know we were going to be
Yeah,
quoting.
yeah. Well, so from now, because we got 32 minutes, so every time we say something, at least every 5 minutes, we gotta use some line in a song. Okay, David?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Song or movie, right?
It could be a song or movie.
Well,
And then
does anybody know what this right here? I invented the question mark. What that's from?
does anybody know where that's from? I invented the question mark. Well, isn't it our class, Mr. Hand?
It's
Wouldn't it be our class?
it's from a movie. I'll give
Okay,
everybody a second
let's
to think
see.
about it.
And as we're thinking, John says, I can climb fences, hack my way through dense briars, walk up mountains, carry survey. I burp sometimes. Yeah, John is a fit dude because he does some very hard work out in well, I was gonna say the jungle. That's on islands. Out in the forest, right? So some crazy stuff. Al Gore. Did Al Gore say that? 40 and Broke said Al Gore said that. I think Al Gore said man bear pig, and he did talk
Actually, no.
about.
I think he claimed to invent the internet is the myth. I don't know if he really said that. No, that's
Oh,
just a line from uh, Austin Powers. Yes, it was Dr. Evil talking about his
there.
father. He says, "My father used to make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark." And it was him describing he says, pretty average upbringing. And then he describes it, and it's just like the weirdest stuff.
Oh my God. Check out the big brain on James, this nerd.
Oh, crushed it. Absolutely crushed it.
Yeah. And then that was just a Pulp Fiction, part with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic movie.
I cannot run, but I think
the dialogue in that movie was so good.
It was.
You felt like it was one of those weird movies where it was like the first time I remember seeing a movie where it felt like they weren't really talking about anything, but stuff was still happening in the movie. It's just like it was, you were put in everybody's life for the day.
That I like.
Days.
Do you see this nerd? Because this nerd knows a lot of trivia. Zed's dead. That's get the gimp.
Yeah, Zed's dead.
Get the gimp.
Whose motorcycle is this?
Bastard.
It's a chopper, baby. Whose chopper is this? Zed. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby.
I want pancakes. Yes, honey buddy.
The blueberry pancakes. Yeah.
Blueberry What's up, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt? We were just talking about movies now. We were talking about Grady Dick and Scottie Pippen and money, and now we're on to movies. So we were talking about Pulp Fiction. I like it because, like you said, even though they're not saying things, just their mannerisms were telling stories too. Like John
Yeah, the
Travolta,
personality.
yeah, like he's walking
It
around the
was,
house, like looking at stuff. You could like, say, oh my god, like dude, this dude.
and then the wolf was just the coolest.
Yeah, and then Quentin Tarantino cannot act. It's like, dude, don't go in the movies. You can't act. You're like, who's it? Who is it? Man, the guy, The Shining. No, is it The Shining guy? Um, it's not Steven Spielberg. The horror guy. He always he goes
Stephen
he
King.
Stephen King cannot act. But it's in the movies.
Well, he's tried acting.
Yeah, remember wasn't he in like I want to say he was in Creep Show. He was in
My,
some what else was he in?
there are too many good actors for him to be involved in that. He needs to just bag out of that.
Oh yeah, M Night Shyamalan, Raph, good one because that guy can't act too, but he can write the hell out of a movie.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
M Night, oh my god, it's like, dude, who? Okay, so M Night, Stephen King, who else? Tarantino. So far, are there any like producers, directors that actually are good at acting too at the same time? Oh, he was also in It. Yes, that's right. Uh, is in most of his movies and books. That is right. Um, and I
I
did
think if
watch.
someone's actually an author or a screenplay writer, I doubt that they're going to be a good actor because you have to be so good at writing. All your skills are going to be like there. I mean, it's somebody can't be that good at writing and be that good at acting.
Mm,
It's two different things. But there might be others out there. I'm trying to think of.
like Patrick Swayze was a triple threat, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
man,
he could sing,
I was
he could
not
sing, he could dance, and he could act. Yep,
right, and he could ride a horse too, right? So like,
he could ride a horse while
come
riding
on,
a horse. He could do
was
he could
riding a
do all
horse,
of it.
singing, dancing, and making
Yeah,
clay, right? Like he's making clay with
yeah.
Demi Moore, right? That was like, oh my god, like I wanted to make freaking a bowl or a pot, right? After that, and it's actually dang hard, right? But
I still
that's
have to watch Roadhouse when it comes on. I do. Still have to watch that.
okay,
It's
go
just
ahead.
it just has some great fight scenes in it, and it's cheesy '80s action.
Oh,
But I
not
tell you,
you're not talking about a new one because there's a new one that I watched like
no,
2 weeks ago. Okay, okay,
no, no. I,
okay.
I was afraid to watch that one because I was afraid I would either like it or hate it, and I don't
I
have room for a second Roadhouse that I either like or hate. It's like I already have one that I like, and I don't want one that I hate. So
You just don't want to do that
whether
to the memory of Roadhouse, right? You just like, I don't want to ruin what I have with Patrick.
uh,
And
yeah, and we've already that rabbit hole does not go that deep. It is not that deep and conceptual of a world. It's not like the Matrix where you need 3 movies.
oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Alan Williamson, have you seen the movie The Tommy Knockers?
It
The-
sounds familiar, but no.
I mean it's like almost B movie, almost B, but it's kind of cool the concept of it all. I did like the Tommy Knockers. It was a pretty good one, Tommy Knockers. And then these guys are talking about King is kind of full of himself. I guess he was, right? I remember watching his biography on Netflix, and like he had the hardest time trying to get his books out, right? Um, and all of a sudden, it just kind of like blew up. But I think what he had to do, because he was like so like finely tuned in what he wanted to do, he had to like kind of take some of his stuff out there and kind of go in the direction of the reader, not from like just I'm gonna write this and put this out. Because like people won't get it. Maybe his mind was too like complex, right? Um, Pentagon Building Pass was assistant manager. Oh my God, look at John. Like, dude, John has lived a life. Tube has a title generator. Oh yeah. So yeah, so like earlier on the live stream, guys, I was talking about TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is my buddy. Fong got monetized just recently, and TubeBuddy helps you with generating your titles, and you can actually check other people's channels, see what tags they're putting. What I actually do now, David, if I go to a Dick's Sporting Goods, right? God, fuck. Why did I have to say that word again? We were past it. Damn
Well,
it.
well, see, you were fine, but then you followed it up with the F words. It's just like that was just.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just so upset with myself right now that I had to go and say
Do you
dick
feel like you're
again.
falling into a trap?
Wow,
To
it's
say the
a
word.
trap. It's a trap, man. Like,
It
and
is a
my
trap.
medicine is running out. I apologize for the
Like
F
in
word,
Return
but
of the Jedi, whenever the guy with the big orange head says, "It's a trap."
that's exactly like, okay, so Dick Sporting Goods, right? I went there
Mhm.
and I filmed the mannequins and this stupid BOGO bag, or I don't know what it is. It's this bag. It was $90. It's like Crocs. And then like what I did with the shorts, just to help the SEO, the search engine optimization, I went ahead to the Dick's Sporting Goods. So you got to say Dick's Sporting Goods. Uh, Copied their site and dropped it into the short. And that's some things I'm doing now. If I go to Walmart and get Willie Nelson Chia Pet, I'm gonna put Walmart there. So there's little things I'm doing with my stuff. I'm not. I apologize, John. No more talk of that. What about Richard Nixon? What do you think about Richard Nixon there? Okay, here we go. It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's like, who are you asking? Because
Um,
I have no opinion.
well, the chat is not going to answer because they don't want to hear the word come out of my mouth anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Let's move past it.
apathy.
You got to
Well, hey,
find a dick card.
I'm going to put in the chat here a couple links to a couple of videos that are not mine. They're
Okay.
actual like music artists.
Oh,
The
are you
first one
drop?
here I just put. The
Okay.
first one
Good.
I just put here is just a link to. It's a country song by Haley Witters, and then the second one here is going to be a song by Tesseract, and it's just if you like, she's country. This band is kind of progressive and a little bit heavy. It's just something that if you haven't seen it, there you go.
Yeah, I'm seeing the chat. Yeah, so what David had put was some cool songs that he likes music that like I like David because like when I hear his stuff, it's like okay, that's what my mind is feeling right now because my mind is kind of jumbled with the ADHD and stuff. What's up, Southwest Living with Val? We're just talking about random things. Talking about Dick Sporting Goods and Grady Dick, and now we got Tricky Dick and Dixon, Richard Nixon. Man, I
So the next one I put in there is one by a band called Tesseract, and it's only there for you if you are into like heavier or progressive type music. I mean, the guy's voice is incredible. I mean, it's basically up for vocal performance of the year already. It's that good. So, but I just figured I'd throw out a couple in case you haven't heard them or in case you haven't heard them in a while out there. So that's what, just got Haley Witters and Tesseract.
those are cool.
Like we said, next week I might come up with a little list, just to kind of share. Here's what I'm listening to right now, and then you could see the genre and say no, not interested.
That would
Because
be
it's always fun to find new music.
that would be a cool topic to talk about too, and that way I don't have to just keep showing my Grady card, right? But I will mention it because I am the number one fan of that dude.
Yeah, you got to
Uh,
keep pushing it. You
I
got to
have
keep
to.
pumping the name out there.
It's funny and it's in context, and you know what? If he is MVP, holy crap! I would say I told you so. I told you, everyone in the world. I'll be on Sports Center. Me and you, David. I'm bringing you like, hey, David, this is my co-host, David. He doubted me. He was like, "Yeah, you're dumb, man. Stop saying that word. That's a dumb
Yeah.
word." It's like, I said, he doubted me, and here I am now. And Grady, I'm not gonna say it for the
You'll
rest
be
of the show.
accepting the trophy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's gonna say I'm gonna call BertsBEATS, and he's gonna accept a trophy for me because he was my
He's the
only
leader of my
fan,
club, my
my fan
oldest
club,
fan.
my only fan, only fans, right? Uh, I'll be his biggest fan, and I promise for the next 19 minutes I will not say the DICK word. Um, but
This nerd, I was. Oh boy, that's funny.
I'm trying my best. I promise. I'm not saying it. But here we go.
Yeah.
Look at Callie and Jordan squad. The card. That is David's, right? We're just going all out here with the thesaurus, tessaractical. So you know what?
We're getting Tessaractic up in
We're
here.
getting tessaractic here, bro. This is it's a vertical live stream with guitar off the cuff going tessaractic. Is that a word? It's like an old
Uh,
person like tessaractic, or it's like a
you know, Tesseract is actually a cube, but then extended into a fourth dimension. It's actually a very mathematical, nerdy concept. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't gonna. Yeah.
Why are you guys doing this to me? I'm just trying to have a nice life. You keep saying that bad word. So if my mom pops in, she's like, "What the hell? This is what you're doing in there? I thought we talked
Yeah.
about this when you were younger."
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Even look at Val. Val's
fine.
even joining in, guys. Check out Southwest Living with Val. She's joining in. It's all in good context. Right. So I think
Yeah.
and if you guys watch my shorts, right? Not my actual shorts because I'm wearing speedos right now. Or Spanx. I'm wearing Spanx. But yeah, I'm calling it that this guy is gonna be the next MVP, right? So it's a funny thing. So like if you have something funny that you could latch onto and it makes you happy and you laugh, instead of me laughing at my house by myself like a weirdo, like have you ever giggled by yourself like in your
That. Oh, I do that all the time. Like
right?
you guys,
What?
anybody who's seen my gameplay videos where I'm talking to the characters in the game, I do that anyways. It's like I
Right.
have that fun, and I just I talk all the time. I'll
Yeah.
talk to my computer while I'm trading stocks.
Okay, so I'm fine then. We're laughing at myself and,
But,
and actually talking to myself. Oh yeah, Butthead, because Luke was actually asking the name of Beavis's counterpart.
yeah.
Settle down, Beavis.
Now, would I be Beavis? I think I'd be more Butthead, and then you'd be Beavis. I don't know.
I don't know, like Butthead. Yeah, because you're like
Butthead was the dark hair one.
Butthead
He
was
was like,
yeah, and Beavis was like the
yeah,
blonde haired. Oh yeah, ADHD. That's
yeah,
me for sure. Beavis
yeah.
for sure, because I just say stupid crap. I'm a TP for my bunghole.
That was whenever he for
I
breakfast had a 6-pack of root beer and
right.
like 32 candy bars.
See, we're all it's like confirmation. Val, this is normal. I laugh at myself like I am the great cornholio.
Yeah.
90s.
Because you're going to be in big trouble for going around and all your behavior and threatening a big plague upon man. And he goes like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that."
Yeah. See, Luke did that. Now my brain is stuck on Beavis and Butthead. Well, when was that? That's like right after the death of the video
John seconded. Yeah.
killed the radio star, right? So video did kill the radio star, but then in that process of stupid like real world and all that other nonsense, Beavis and Butthead, Aeon Flux came out. I liked Aeon Flux, if I'm saying it right.
Oh, that movie?
Yeah, well, it's not the movie, but on MTV, it was on like as a
Oh,
little series, right? And I'm like, oh my god, where like there was
was it an animated series?
it was animated, yeah, and it
Okay.
reminded me of like Heavy Metal, the movie, right? And
Yeah.
yes, so and Beavis and Butthead, Aeon Flux came out, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, but
I was all about Headbangers Ball on Friday night. I lived for that.
yeah,
And I could see all the bands that I couldn't get to otherwise.
they will kick us out. They will say, "Go away." No, I don't think they're gonna have to kick me out. Like I've seen worse stuff though. On streams. Like, oh my god. Like, I watch some weird, crazy stuff. Some people do some craziness on streams. Rushmore Bert wants to be on top 5 dicks. God, I said it. Dang it, David. You made me say it. Not you, David, but Callie. I said the D word. I was reading it. How do you repay the surgeon that gives? Okay, here you go, David. Here's a riddle for you.
You tell him to keep the tip. Oh no. Oh. Wow.
Oh my. Okay. Since we're gonna go there, I try my best. I was okay. So there's this thing called CCD, Catechism, like Catholics, right? Most people on Guam are Catholics. So I would go to like a Sunday school and would read the Bible, stuff like that, right? And do stuff. There was, I don't know who it was, but they were talking about circumcision, right? Because I'm just following up on that and trying to keep it in some kind of context. And I remember they cut the thingy, the Grady, right? Cut pieces of the Grady, and the guy came out and he threw it in the desert. Like I remember having to read that part, and I probably was like 10, so you can only imagine like what happened to
Threw it
me
out to
afterwards.
the desert.
Yeah, what's what?
I
Okay,
remember
from
that.
what? Okay, what book was that where he did a circumcision? It might have been his son, and he came out and he threw the foreskin out into the desert, like,
I don't
and
think I remember that.
he did not eat
Remember
it.
that one.
Oh my gosh, that would be so gross.
I don't think
Well,
I remember that one.
it's some okay. I don't want to Google it, but I remember reading it.
Was it during one of the ones that's hard to read, like Deuteronomy?
It's one of
Where
the
it's like
it's
they're
probably
just
after
like giving you so much information.
yeah, like it's like there's a code, like you have to get past the part
I
where
don't know. I think I would remember. I think I'd remember.
yeah, you gotta try it on your tacos. Are we talking? Oh my god, are we talking about foreskin
Yeah. See,
tacos?
this is when you don't make eye contact, Bert.
I was like, okay,
Don't look at the
I'm
chat
not gonna.
until
This is my hand. My hand is blocking the chat because my brain is
because
thinking of
you're
some weird
baited.
stuff right now. You guys are
You're being
trolling
baited
me.
right now.
I'm
That
getting
everybody's trying to
baited.
get you canceled, and it's
Oh my
hilarious.
god! Anyway, I don't think we can because it's still in good fun. It's in there. Maybe that's a thing. Look it up. It's in there because I remember reading it and oh my god, I freaking laughed for
Yeah.
50 minutes. I was so much in trouble, man. I was laughing so hard at myself because I read that thing. I don't even know why they chose me to read it because I was such a jerk. And it's like, oh my god, oh, I couldn't breathe. It's like I was working out for 3 straight days after that. So I don't know what book it's from, but it was.
Hey, this nerd, I just opened that link in a new tab. I'll check that out.
Geez, what did I walk into? Oh my God, Rushmore. Yeah. So we were talking about why were we talking about circumcision anyway in the first place? Someone mentioned it. Oh, it was a joke.
You ask like I'm going to help you get out of this hole you're in.
I'm not. We're still hole. We get with the. We're in. We started in a hole. Obviously, look at. We're stuck in this dang little freaking vertical live stream.
We're really,
we're constrained, right? Like we're getting sent to Earth from Krypton.
I'm actually being forced to think small right now.
Yeah, me too. Like my brain is only stuck on.
Being crushed.
Yeah, it's stuck on DICK, right? Like Grady Dick, the basketball player. It's like if we had more space, I'd be able to get out of this. But I'm not too sure what book that's from. And then the chat was broken when I got here. One day we're gonna have Alan on here, and oh my god, we are gonna break the dang chat for sure. Guaranteed, David.
Yeah.
If we had Alan on, it would be it'd be the last time I ever. David, this is my last show. we would
could everybody bring their best. Of course, they're all over the internet now. The dad jokes.
Oh so, yeah.
No matter what, there's no way anybody could bring in new dad jokes that anybody hadn't heard because they're just in all the shorts.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I watched last night on YouTube? I was watching YouTube and it wasn't a friend's YouTube.
I was watching YouTube. I've heard of that.
YouTube, right? So I was watching YouTube last night.
FaceTube, yeah.
Yeah, it's like YouTube, right? And like I was watching it and they were talking about 4chan, right? And it was originally 2chan in Japan, right? And then it became like a fun thing where people would, troll each other and do dumb crap. And then I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. You got to watch it. On YouTube, there's this thing. It's about no, it may be on Netflix. I'm not sure. Netflix.
Okay.
It's about 4chan, and some kid started 4chan. So what he did was he was visiting.
First of all, what is 4chan?
Early on, we're talking way back when the internet was like everything looked like Minecraft. Let's back during that time, right?
Yeah.
Blocky. So the Japanese did 2chan, right? And it was this place where you're anonymous. No one knows who you are. And you just post whatever. Just whatever you're gonna post, it's fine. Put it. And then people would just then what was happening is posting whatever it is. People were these communities were being like put together. So some young kid is like a teenager. He basically copies the code of 2chan and he drops it and he turns turns it into English and makes it 4chan. And it started off as fun things, and they went after the Scientology and stuff like that, and they went after different people and talk show hosts of like neo Nazis things. But then it was pretty interesting how
So this is all. So it was a lot of conspiracy theories.
yeah, I think they were the ones who like
Okay.
started doing that. And let's talk about dad jokes and funny things and memes, right? And I'm like, okay, 4chan was the best trolling platform in the day. So that's the
Yeah.
pure trolling one where like you could just get on and just be a total. I've never took part in it because on Guam we had like, remember that when you tried to get on the internet?
Yeah.
And someone picks up the phone and it cuts it.
If I could see how fast internet was now back then,
Oh,
I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't
no.
believe it. It would seem like a futuristic depiction of through a movie or something like that.
Yeah, man. Like, could you imagine 20 years from now what the internet and what YouTube will look like? Like, all right, Dave, are you hungry? Okay, push a button, boom, and like a freaking Big Mac pops right, boop, like Star
Yeah,
Trek.
yeah.
That's what I want.
I'm curious about how it could change, how all these separate entities could change, because you're already starting to get a lot of merging across. NVIDIA is now doing a lot of cloud servers, which they are a graphics card. And then you have Microsoft, who has been an enterprise software thing. Now they're doing a lot of AI with Copilot and stuff like that. It's interesting to see whenever they have new things that are successful in a business that's established.
Yeah. And then they got Rushmore over here. What's up, Rushmore? Yeah, 4chan is dark. But then the guys that started it were kind of just having fun, and it took on a mind of its own. Obviously, like it's like they're gonna put this place.
Anything left to its own devices is gonna go. If there's anybody who can, post, whatever the heck they want on a spot, and they know people will come read it.
That's why I mean I think YouTube in itself is all pretty good in that, like, yeah, we've been talking about DICK, but it was in the terms of Grady Dick, right? And then you can kind of have slight freedom to say
the first
stuff.
20 times it was in that terms,
right? But then
40, it wasn't.
Well, it was in some way. It's a dictator. We were talking dictator, remember? And then after that, we were talking about Richard Nixon, right? And then so.
There's no pulling up from this one. You've already reached critical velocity. There's no pulling up.
No, but
alter this baby into the ground.
It's fine, and they didn't stop us, right? But we're good. We're all adults, with a brain to like. We're just being funny, right? And 80s humor, right? And that's the thing. 80s humor is so different than nowadays humor, right? Like, imagine if we
That's the best way to put it, as opposed to saying my fourth grade humor. If I just say 80s humor.
I don't know. I mean, because fourth grade.
That way. It's not so much about me being childish. It's about me recalling. I like that.
Yeah, that's that's the 80s.
I'll call it 80s humor.
80s humor. I mean, like that shaped who I am now. But then what's weird is that, like, if I were to be humorous, like in the 80s, it's not correct. Like, you were definitely not correct. You don't say that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm from the 80s. Yeah. What if that was your past? Like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm from the 80s.
Yeah.
I grew up in the 80s. Oh, you're good then. You're good.
Back in the 80s, almost every time I said something that people thought was really funny, it was like I didn't realize it was going to be that funny. And it wasn't like a laugh at. It was like my brother and his friend asked me when I was pretty little what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I was like, a rocket. But I was old enough to understand that humans don't become rockets. But it was just like, that's what I wanted to be. And they're like, do you mean an astronaut? I'm like, no, I want to be a rocket.
That's like,
and they fell over laughing on that one.
That's smart humor, though. Like, if you want to, like,
I don't know. It's tunnel vision humor is what it is.
Right. It's like, okay, I wonder that's David. He's a rocket.
Exactly. If anybody has ever seen Firefly, whenever River becomes the ship,
It's
last
like, yeah,
episode.
like what, like 12th grade, right? You go and you see the counselor, and they're like, what are your plans for your life after high school? And I'm like, I don't know. Why do they ask 12th graders that all the time?
Yeah,
Like that's the leading question.
yes,
Like, what are you gonna do with your life? Like,
L.
what are you gonna do with
Georges.
your life?
I'm not a rocket yet, but I'm working on a plan. I'm
David is
working on a
working
plan.
on his way to become a rocket. Oh, and if you guys have not seen Three Body Problem, it's pretty good. I like it. It's
What
on
is it?
Netflix.
Your body
Th-
problem?
Three Body Problem. It's different. It's different. It's
The
yeah.
movie?
Yeah. Oh, and
Huh.
you know what I watched last night that was pretty good? That I was like, okay. What's crazy is there was no punching and no chase scenes. It was just straight like dialogue and like almost like a drama. I don't really like dramas
Hmm.
too much, right? There's got to be some punching and stuff and fighting, just a little bit. Like Ghost, right? There
Mhm.
was some fighting, right? Willie came killed.
Not enough to break the threshold for me to remember as an action movie. No.
Right. So the scoop, the scoop. It's about Prince. What is it? The Prince guy and Epstein. It was not
Uh,
bad. Not bad. It was on Netflix. Three Body Problem is good. It's just you have to get through all the series and obviously they're gonna make another series coming up. But then the scoop is pretty good. It's about Epstein and the Prince. Um,
I
and
don't know if I want to read any more about Epstein. Everything I've heard is just like
Yeah, no, but
I,
it wasn't.
and
They didn't go
I
too
don't want
much
to
into
be
detail.
I don't want to ignore that happens, but I don't need to revisit it too
Yeah,
often to realize that what my position needs to be on the subject.
yeah. I liked it because it was from the stance of a reporter who was working for
Hmm.
New Nightline or something, BBC,
Yeah,
and it was like a struggle for her to be heard, and like she had to kind of like dig and use connections and get this, and it's like in order for stuff to come out into the public,
yeah.
there's people that are working really hard to get it out,
Oh yeah,
whether they're trying to get fame or they just want it out there to get something bad to stop, right? But I
yeah.
like those types. It's like the what is it? Overcoming adversity is always the
Hmm.
thing, right? Like Rocky, right? Rocky, he's
And
gonna win.
it's a conspiracy theory until you prove it's true, and then it's just
Yeah,
true.
yeah, right. It's one of those things. So I mean,
It's like some conspiracy theories have been proven to be true to a certain extent. It's a funny thing is like so then you got to be hesitant. I got to be cautious about throwing around the word or the phrase conspiracy theory because if it's fact next week, I might look silly.
yeah. So I mean, like it's that word is bad, but like conspiracy theory, right? Like it's just questioning something. Can I not have like who are the major conspiracy theorists? Elementary kids and kids below the age of second grade, because they have these big
Mm.
dreams. Like I want to be a rocket. No,
Yes,
that's a conspiracy theory. You will never be a rocket, David. You are a
yes.
man. A man will never be a
And
rocket.
then I started thinking, why is this guy trying to prevent me from becoming a rocket? Is it because
Right.
he wants to be a rocket and he's trying to shut my dreams down, or what?
Right. Let him be a rocket, man. Like, come
Yeah.
on. But it's the things that keep me up at night, I guess. Like it's I think it's still good to have an imagination, right?
Oh yeah,
Um
you have to. You have
but
to.
so we could just rephrase it. Like they're not conspiracy things. Like, did I get recharged in my soul for looking up at the eclipse yesterday? I don't know. I feel actually a little better today, but maybe I got enough sleep. I don't know.
Yeah.
What, but who
But you
knows?
probably
But
lost about 8 hours of vision in one eye, though.
yes, yeah, as long as I can see the YouTube, and it's kind of hard. Like, man, it's hard looking at you. You're so small. You're like, he's this big. This is how big David is when I look at him
I
on
think
the.
I think when you're working with this, that's appropriate.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
I'm
saying.
not slamming myself. I just know that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not crushing the top end of the scale. I'm okay
So,
with that.
what are your thoughts on the vertical live stream, David?
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't yet see the advantages of what it's going to do with going into the feed yet. But this format, I mean, to me, it's just we're stacked on top of each other as opposed to side by
Right.
side.
Let's see.
I think it's cool.
Here we are side by side. Hello, my name is Bert. How are you doing? I'm such a little guy. We're so little. Oh my gosh.
Now I'll fit.
That's dude, like
I have to yell to get my microphone to pick it up.
what are you talking about? Oh my god, could you imagine having 10 people on? Like 10 little people. Like we're like from Gulliver's Travels, right? We're like those people what Lilliputians?
Hey, I sent you an email with a picture. I don't know if it's possible. If it's too complicated, too high level of difficulty, don't do it. But it's just a picture of one of my dogs. It's a picture of Ari. And I wanted to share that because we were talking about the other brown eye, blue eye puppy dog owner.
Okay. Let's see what I could do with that, sir. Oh, wow. I've never tried it on a vertical live, but let me see it. Whoa, this is going to be crazy. So we are trying something. We are boldly going where no one has gone.
Do I need to brace myself here?
You better brace yourself. Brace for the...
Player.
Yeah, so brace because I am about to share something here. What the freak just happened? I think I killed the stream. Okay, share screen. Okay, I want to share the entire screen. Yes, I'm going to share that. Okay, and we're going to go into the craziness. All right, here, cool. And now we are going to share David's dog. Do you see it?
Yeah. Now, is there a way to zoom in at all?
Okay.
To make that the main show? Because if she finds out that that's as small as she was on there, she's going to be pissed.
Okay. She's
a prima donna.
Okay, yeah, we cannot have that.
She's one of the smartest dogs I've ever been around, and she is just a treat. We saw a picture of her that was sent to us, and as soon as I saw the puppy picture, I sent back to Susan, yes, but by then she'd already been accepted by somebody else. I guess the family moved into a house, and then but then eventually that family moved into an apartment that didn't allow pets. So we get Ari the angel, and look at her. She's giving me the attitude look there. She
knew that I wasn't going to be able to like figure this out.
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta dig up a couple other good pictures. I got a couple good ones of Arrow. He would, when my office was upstairs, he would just eventually walk up and then put his paws on my shoulder, and he just had to, lean in and get kisses.
What is your dog's name?
That's Arrow.
Arrow, okay.
This is Ari. This is Ari. She's our queen. And she is so smart. It's ridiculous.
It's cute, man.
Yeah.
Let me.
And she's like she's in the Matrix. Like she can do moves that like don't seem possible.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out.
You're nailing it. All this navigation, you're killing it.
I'm sorry, man. How about now?
You're doing great. I mean, with all the navigating.
You're right. It's like I'm trying to just share.
That's right. I can come through with
how about that?
With better source material for you next time.
How's that? How does that look?
That's fine. I'd be afraid to ask her, so that's okay.
Yeah, she's like, you know what? If that's what you think of me, I only get like a third of the screen. Is that I'm a third? What is this? The compromise?
She's like, first of all, nobody should be able to look at me on something smaller than a 32-inch monitor. That's what she would say. It has to be full HD and HDR, preferably a full-size TV. She would have all these, stipulations.
Right. Well, I think I figured out how, but it's really hard to. I guess it has to be if I looked at it in 9/16 format. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, that's the problem is you have to bring it in
Yeah, I'd have to
that
convert it to
format.
9/16 because it's like, what do you want to do? You're stretching me. Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
which, we'll play this last clip and then we'll peace out shortly after. Because you made us a clip. Maybe you can tell us about the clip and I'll play it.
Oh, this was just a lot of people have already, I think, seen it, but this was just the I had fun making some AI. That's what you're talking about, right? The
Yeah, I forgot to play it.
animals. But yeah, I've had a fun time. I always like just coming up with the weirdest things and then just trying to run with it. And so I decided, well, show me this animal in a kung fu outfit, and then I realized that if I set them on in a similar setting, then I can make it in the tournament. So that's what
Oh,
this is.
all right. Oh. Okay, you ready? I'm going to play it.
Action.
Everybody wants kung fu fighting. Here we go. That was cool, man. It's like it reminds me of like the Tekken kind of
That's what I was trying to go for, is kind of the either
like
that or Street Fighter or something like
yeah.
that. And it was
I,
funny because once I started saying training in a courtyard, it's like it kept giving me ones that I was able to use. By the way, that guinea pig tore that koala up. The koala had to retire. That was the first fight that happened. It
oh
wasn't pretty.
man.
It
At least
wasn't
it
pretty.
didn't fight a sloth,
And,
right?
it was the move like this. He does this, and then he just kind of goes right for the
Uh,
eyes.
what is it? Captain Insano. That's Captain Insano, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this nerd, he does tech stuff, so he has to teach the teachers tech. I'm lucky enough to
Nice.
I don't like people teaching me stuff. I'm like, just tell me and I'll do it. I like learning by myself because like
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it when people like I feel like I'm a burden to someone. Like they're like trying to show me something I'm not getting it, and it's like they give this attitude, and I'm like, oh, man, I feel bad. I'm wasting this person's time, and I'm not getting it. I think
Mm-hmm.
that all started when I was fourth grade and I was learning freaking math fractions, and I hated it. Um, and it just turned me off to math. But yeah, so I rather just learn it
Mm-hmm.
myself as far as tech. I use AI to do all my characters in my book. AI is pretty cool. Although what's crazy is like David, my laptop, it gets a lot of the AI stuff gets blocked. School districts are blocking AI, and
Oh
they're
yeah.
using particular types of AI. There's only certain
Well, they're
AIs
probably
that they
wanting to
want to
make sure
use.
everybody's creating lesson plans and everything like that.
But
The
the one day,
proper.
yeah, they give us this thing called Magic School, and I use it. Magic Tools, Magic School,
Mm-hmm.
and all lesson plans. Like Rushmore, remember he said he makes lesson plans from like AI could generate it, but they only
Yeah.
allow this specific one to use, but they block everything else,
Okay.
right? Which I know is better.
Yeah.
Like we have this platform called Canvas. Oh my god, I don't like it at all. I rather use Google Classroom because Google Classroom is more like open and easier to use, right? And there you could just really go all out in your creativity. But as
The
far as
thing that the thing that I get really excited about the AI art creation is I can ask it to do something, but then it gives me something beyond that, and it fills out the rest of the picture. Not necessarily how I want, but then I'm being trained by it. And then I learn how to say the right words to get the things I want. And sometimes, like, I have some butterfly pictures that are just absolutely breathtaking, that look like they're real, and some bird pictures, like a little bird eating seeds. It's amazing.
Yeah, so like John is talking about, the wisdom of things is cool too. Like, um, there's a lot of times like they say, "Hey, do you want me to email you the digital copy of this thing, this book they want us to read?" I'm like, "No, please don't." Because if you give me
Mhm.
something digital, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at it for a little bit, and I'll do YouTube, and I'll get distracted. Whereas if they were to give me, if they were to give me this, then I would read it. This is like one of my favorite books that I've been reading.
Mhm.
Right? It's a cool book, and they make a lot of series of it. I'm sorry for the language. That's what's blurted out. But I like the hardness of the books because I like writing in
Yeah.
it, and I feel like I'm actually like absorbing it when I'm touching it. Whereas it's in
Mhm.
the computer. Come on, like I can't do it. Like reading something on the computer, I just get so
Yeah.
distracted, and I don't feel like I'm actually taking it in. If that makes sense. Whereas touching
I,
it,
I'm a horrible. I mean, I'm a nerdy, so therefore, if I want to be a good student, but I'm a horrible reader. I absolutely just don't like reading. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I love AI, because it fills in the blanks that my brain just had too much, blue sky to play with.
look at Maiden. P Diddy doesn't endorse AI. No Diddy, Maiden. No Diddy. That's what the kids are saying now. No Diddy. Well, they're saying bet, but then they say something not big bet. They say something else. I don't know. It's some weird thing that they say. But I opened it and I had your dog. It was like so zoomed in. I was like, oh my god, dog eyes. Yeah. You know the crazy thing, I'm not a good reader. I mean, like I have to literally have nothing to do, like on a summer at the beach, and I'm just chilling. I don't want to swim. I
Mhm.
just want to relax. I would sit and I would get into it, and I would like devour pages. So I just like jam it
Yeah,
out and read half a book sitting on the beach, and just chilling, nothing to do, like no cares in the world for the summer. Um, but if I'm doing stuff like it's like I feel like I'm getting pulled, and I just can't
yeah.
devote. So during the summers, I read a lot.
Fiction and love it. Like I love reading some philosophy. Of course, a lot of the language stuff that I learn it comes from books. So there's some stuff that I like to read. Quarterly reports from the companies I invest. Nerd alert.
What's up, Musa D? How you doing? We are just about ready to close up, and we were talking about AI, and that like a lot of us here are 40 plus. We're using AI obviously here on YouTube and stuff like that, but and a lot of us like Maiden and Sith and uh, even Rushmore and of course this nerd too who does AI songs and stuff. Like they're using it to their advantage to enhance their creativity. It's like spices, right? And like you too, David, you didn't make the butterfly. I'm just, man, I just been like shut down because the programs that I'm running through my laptop,
Mhm,
which is not really my laptop, it's the school's,
mhm.
it blocks a lot of the AI stuff, and I'm like, oh, come
Yeah.
on, man. And like when I was using it, it was like funny. I'd make songs about my coworkers, and it's like, dude, come here, I wrote you
Mhm.
a song. It's like, you never fill up the copy machine because you don't know how. You do so inconsiderate, that kind of nonsense, right? But
Now
it's
that would
so
have been funny. I should have done that. Oh my gosh.
yeah. I mean, it's
I
cool.
should have done that whenever I was working in the office environment, because I worked at limited brands and I had 20 years where I could have just done some goofy stuff.
Right?
Oh
The
man.
the Russian cruising down the street, I'm 64. Or yeah, that's I was
Yeah.
reading it. It's like, that's gonna be I'm still, when I'm 60, 70 and stuff, I think I'll be still saying dumb crap like, hey, Grady Dix, bro. Like that guy is
Oh,
like the best
no,
basketball player.
it's just gonna get more so with me as far as acting silly,
Mhm.
because caring is gonna go by the wayside as far as, what people think of me. So I can go ahead and have people laugh with me or at me. I don't care.
In my 64, sorry. Yeah, I was looking at that Nintendo 64 and stuff. But yeah, thank you for coming on in through here, Musa. Yeah, we had a lot of discussions about basketball and music and money and AI and books and movies.
Yeah.
It was just we were just off the cuff today, huh? Just talking about whatever it is that came to our mind on some things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Easy E was cool. Too bad, too bad whatever happened to him, right? Easy E. What'd you think about Easy E, David?
I don't, I'm not sure if I know what you're referring to.
Easy E, the
Like,
rapper.
but I mean, like back in when he was
Well,
working.
yeah, or like okay, as far as a
If there's
visionary.
anything about his life escapades, I don't know if I want to comment
Well,
because
yeah, we already
I don't know enough of
yeah.
those, and I
Well,
know
as
that
far
they're
as
probably not good.
his music. Yeah,
I
because
know
like he had a
I love the voice he added to Public Enemy. It was just enough edge versus Dre, where Dre had kind of a huh, huh, huh,
yeah,
but then you had that high voice coming in, and yeah, I love
yeah,
Public Enemy.
right there. It's
Apocalypse
probably to
91.
how to make money because like it's like he
Oh
probably was
yeah,
like, okay, guys, look, he would probably like meet with like those other dudes and it's like, hey, look, 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 no, man, you're getting pennies, man. Like you're getting pennies. We're the ones making this, and he probably like
yeah,
look the first one to look into it and say, look, they're screwing us. Like we're
yeah.
making nothing. So
Very
yeah,
few albums compare to Apocalypse 91, The Enemy Strikes Black.
mhm.
That is one of the best old school rap slash hip hop records. And I say old school, even though that was, I think, well, it was in 91. There you go.
Oh my God, I slept at 3 o'clock last night. So remember I was telling you I watched The Scoop, and then I watched what I watched something else. Then I watched the Fab Five on Netflix with Chris Webber calling timeout. They didn't have a timeout. I'm like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
what the freak? It's like, dude,
Yeah.
it's like, look
Yeah.
at
That
Chris
was,
Webber.
that
Like, how
was
do you do that?
painful. That was
Like,
painful.
how do you do that? And then he's like, like he dribbles, right? And you already know he's gonna dribble and call a timeout the way he's moving. He's not dribbling like, oh my God, what are you doing, right? And then if you look at the bench, this dude was going like
Mm-hmm.
this as he's dribbling down, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then the dude they want to like, I think they were interviewing the dude, and the guy's like, well, we all thought there was time. I don't know, man. Like, how do you
Yeah.
do that?
Well,
Like,
also, I mean, it's the championship game. The clock's running out. You had high expectations all year. I mean, if you're going to make a mental mistake, even though that's the last time you want to do it, it's probably where it can get to you.
I guess. I mean, of course, like, and then they were talking to that guy giving them all the money and stuff like that, and they told all the banners
Mhm.
down, and yeah, right there, that those guys, they're like, I don't give a f about whatever, like, yeah, this. I remember
Yeah.
listening. This like when I listened to this, even Rushmore, and all of us are probably around that same time. It's like that rebellious time in our life. Like, okay, this is where
Yeah.
you just tell people to f off. Like, like how does one tell another to f off? Here, there's a lot of lines in these songs. They're perfect. Just
Yeah.
clean it up a little bit. Just use regular vocabulary and you'll be good to go. Like, yeah, just don't say the F word, but just say, forceful words with tone.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
delivery, right? So the delivery, just clean up the delivery. We're good to go. So, uh,
It's all about
yeah,
eye contact when you really want to make a point.
right. Well, okay. What is Judy saying here? Let's see. Must be a kid. Well, I give you. Okay, wait, real quick. I'm thinking it was. But I must. Can you like tell me more about? Oh, okay. So it's the wrench mod. Okay, okay. I was just trying to catch up with the longer chats. Will I give you your time? Okay. Let's see. Rap and hip hop are cool, but not mumbling. Yeah, yeah. The mumbling one I don't like. What do you think, David?
I like Tech Nine, NF, Hobson. Hobson is awesome. But if you want to have real Aesop Rock, if you want to have real thought provoking stuff, I mean Aesop Rock, it's like a history class and a thesaurus, and he went into a room for 6 months and then they made a song, and it's just every song is like that, history references and all kinds of wordplay. It's just really cool.
Hey, those of you on the chat, I just looked at the time. It's 8:21. Am I running over anyone right now? I don't know. It's Tuesday. I'm not sure if you guys let me know. we could stay on another maybe 5-10 minutes, right? So what? I'm just checking,
Did
just
he?
making sure.
I'm just seeing is that's Kurt there that have started at our national Christian talent show. Yeah, it's really cool to see where he's gone and how he's developed as a person, how that's developed his message and his consistency throughout that as he's learned and worked on himself. And I was just watching a guy because I watch reaction videos because it helps me understand the music more when I see someone else react to something through their eyes. This guy was probably 10 years older than me, and he was starting to cry, and he was like, I really needed to hear this. And that's the thing, is that a lot of what he's done, or Ren or other folks that are really opening up the mental health book for people, it's making it okay to talk about it. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you know, it
Because
starts.
everybody has something going on in their head. I mean, it's whether you just have you don't like talking in front of people or whatever. Everybody has something that they at least want to work on, probably. And it's important to not be beating yourself down while you're working on it. And I think that's the cool evolution I've seen in his music is getting away from the digging himself out of a hole to like Hope, where it's it's a whole new animal. But Tech Nine is really good too.
Tech 9. Trying to think of are there any new rappers that you actually like within the past 5 years?
New, I'm sure there's a couple that I've seen, but I need a long runway for most music artists to make it
Give me
into
30
my
seconds.
playlist. 29, 28. So I usually need a long runway to get really any kind of group into my more than one album of any type of group in my play time. Uh, it it Oh yeah, Tech Nine. Yeah, he's a St. Louis guy. He's a St. Louis guy. Yep. But what I'll typically do is nice, nice, nice.
Yeah. I like the Chiefs.
So yeah, I'll start listening to somebody from an album, and usually focus on an album to get an understanding of at least what their concept was for that album and how they made it and stuff like that. And then I'll start venturing more into their catalog.
Had to get my Chiefs jersey. I should keep it here in the studio. I'm gonna David, I'm gonna order Grady's jersey. It's like $79. What the crap, man?
That's crazy.
Dude, $79. And he's like Grady,
Well, the
right?
thing is, you just get a knockoff one, and then just do iron on numbers and letters.
But I told you I'm his biggest fan, right? So I gotta order the best stuff of his. You know why I think his jersey is expensive? Just because of the last name. What do you think? Just have kids walking around with that jersey.
Well, of course.
So there's one for 30 some. But I didn't like the color though. Hmm. So let's see. What do I have planned? Yeah, man. I will send you where to get it. Oh yes, awesome. Email me if you guys got a good place to order jerseys. Because I would, of course, I'm gonna roll with it until when they actually choose. Who do you think will actually be the MVP, David, of the NBA?
Oh, I don't follow it well enough currently to have any smart answer.
Well,
So,
look at. Do you see? Did you know my answer? I'm choosing
well,
gritty.
I would. That's who I penciled in based on last week's discussion about
Right.
him. But now I have to scratch him off because of the groin injury. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
back
still.
to
I gotta
zero.
stay with him. But then, of course, like this guy, Joker, Nikola Jokic, right? This dude's probably or Luca or someone, right? Like, so there's a lot of talk of this dude. He's big dude. And Luca, of course, and of course, Renee gets to see Luca play. Lucky Renee. And then Rushmore likes the Pelicans. Uh, oh my gosh, Joker sucks.
The gloves are coming off.
They are coming off big time. You know who I used to really, really enjoy watching? Where the hell is it? Oh, look at this, David. I have a set of Farves.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so it's the Prilosec six card set. Um, so I don't know how much it's worth, but it has all six of them. I like Brett
That's
Favre.
worth about $8,000. I'd be
No,
careful.
I doubt it, but
No.
it's all six of them. Uh, but I did want to show you like where's this dude that I like. I really love. Do you collect Pokemon cards or any kind of cards besides comics, David?
No, no. I collect guitars and electronics mostly.
Here is one of my absolute. Well, of course, Rodman and Pippin, and of course, Bird. Bird's like my absolute favorite. Um,
Mhm.
because it just doesn't seem like, dude, that dude's playing basketball. Like I like that kind of thing.
Oh,
Like what the
Bert.
hell?
I mean, if you watch the Bird highlight reel, it is just ridiculous.
It's
I mean,
stupid.
you forget how athletic he was. That's the thing is you knew the passing was there, you knew the shooting was there, but you forget how athletic he was. He just wasn't as graceful as Jordan and some of the other folks that, of course, he was kind of in the early part of Jordan.
Look at Maiden.
Oh
That's gonna
boy,
be my new channel name. Hey, welcome to Dixon Birds, the time of your life. We're gonna have our time of our life, right? So,
yeah.
damn,
You're just
Dixon
never going to
Birds.
explain why it's called Dixon Birds.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what are they? They have not shown anything about Larry Bird or anything. It's just Dixon Birds. Here's one of my absolute favorite players. Oh, he's upside down.
Yeah. Is that a focus? Oh, yeah. He could shoot. Yeah, he could make a couple.
Cause he was so awkward looking when he ran and he did stuff, but it like he was.
Big dude, but he could shoot, right?
Yeah, and he could play, and it always looked like he was having a baby the whole time he was playing basketball. Like he was trying his absolute hardest. Like he was giving
Yeah,
100% all the time and he probably was, right? He looked like it was a struggle all the time.
yeah,
People look all graceful and they want to look cool. No, this is well, he wasn't all about that. I want to look like I'm trying as hard as I possibly can. Maybe he was
yeah.
hurting. I don't know.
I do love
Nowitzki.
some of those highlight videos of some of the players that it's easy to forget how good they were. And I knew the Larry Bird one was going to be good, but when I
Oh,
watched it, it was like, wow, that's just good stuff.
Yeah, it's like he was like when you would go and play and like around with little kids, right? Like little elementary kids, and you're like shooting around, doing crazy stuff, and you're like all of a
Yeah,
sudden super good, right? That's him when he was playing. Check out Judy. I bet you a lot of that stuff, Judy, is like worth something cool. The stuff from the
yeah,
70s, 80s, and 90s. And she did show me like her brother's Larry Bird collection, which is freaking awesome, man. Like holy crap, because I do like Larry Bird, and I did have a lot of Larry Bird stuff, and I had a lot of like MJ stuff at home, cards and things. Um, But the typhoon came in, blew in the windows, destroyed all my comics and all my stuff, and I was like, screw it, I'm not collecting. Then I open and I get those 3 of those Wembies, and all of a sudden, I got cards. I got cards over here. I'm showing dang basketball cards, right? It's just basketball. Like I like it. Um, but yeah, it's probably worth something. But again, it's like some of those things are memories too, right? Mad
Yeah, like
Magazine.
comics I have and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff I have is like I could sell it, but
Oh,
how
speaking
much
of
am I
which,
getting out of it?
got the hobbyist. It's like the hobbyist knew we were talking about vintage stuff. Like, because John just said he had Mad magazines from the 50s and 60s, which for sure is going to be worth something. Those older
Oh wow, yeah.
vintage stuff, for sure, right? And the hobbyist pops
I
in.
wish
What's
we would
up?
have kept our Mad magazines from like the 80s that we had.
Yeah, but man, I destroyed them because you could remember the like you can fold it and make a
Oh yeah,
different face, and then you like mess with it, and it's like if
yeah.
only we knew back then that like we'll be doing something that will put it in like position to like, hey, that thing is $50,000, like that kind of thing. There's people that we know on here that could, oh yeah, that thing's this much. Like we have Sith and of course Maiden and of course the hobbyist and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, that thing is this much because that's
Well,
what they
that's
do
what
on their channel.
the future is just going to just show a big chart, and then you'll always be able to see every action you take, what it's doing to your future financial,
Oh,
and
right.
it'll show. You're like, I'm gonna have another cheeseburger, and it's like, well, guess what? In 10 years, that's going to affect your health somehow.
Yeah, you're gonna have osteoporosis or some nonsense, right? Like
Yeah, or you're just spending too much money to eat out all the time, and so you're not going to have enough money to get blah blah blah.
if
Just a real,
only
like a
we
telethon.
that you Joe, that's what we should like. You should like when you're born, you have like a thing and it's full, right? There's only
Mhm.
so much crap you could do before you're like, okay, look, one more time you do that, you're gonna like go blind. Don't look at the eclipse. You're stupid.
Yeah,
or like stop
yeah,
saying that dumb crap to that person because that person's gonna come back and do something really dumb to someone that and it's gonna come back to you and Kevin Bacon. Like
yeah.
uh, but kids don't think about that, like because I teach kids, right? And they only think about like right now, what's in front, which is a good way to think
Mhm.
right now, like especially now with all the crap happening in the world. Like right now,
Oh,
what's in front is important right now as a 48-year-old dude. Yeah, I'm just
yeah,
gonna right here. Here's my lane right here. I'm all good. I'm good. I'm gonna stay like right there, and then whoever wants to be part of this, come. But kids have it like,
yeah,
nah, this is the way I'm gonna be an NBA basketball player. I'm like, dude, you can't dribble with your left. There ain't no way.
yeah.
There ain't no way. And you're like 5'6". Like, I'm sorry. And you don't play defense. And you suck at shooting. And you have a horrible attitude. So like, sorry. I coached for 26 years. Oh God, like for real. Telling a kid like, watch, Coach Juan, I'm gonna make it. I said, oh man, I don't know, man. Your attitude alone is gonna stop you from going anywhere. But what did Judy say? I have all the Elvis vinyl records. Oh my God. Did you see that? So those are
Mhm.
some crazy stuff. Like a lot of us have like crazy stuff that like if you pulled it out and like cataloged it, like, oh whoa, we have a lot of cool stuff. And I'm pretty sure like, Harry, and then of course Dirk too, who goes around and looks at like estate sales and things. People unload things like, oh, here's this stuff that was in the basement. They unload it and they don't realize like, holy crap, that's some good stuff right there. Like,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
they don't want to take. They don't want to go through every item and try to figure out what it's worth, or that they may just see a bunch of baseball cards and not realize that there may be something
they think
worth.
it's toys, right? Or just like, oh, that's just
Yeah.
nonsense. Like me, I have like, uh, dude, I have like, I probably 700 Pokemon cards from 1996. Uh,
Really?
really. And I don't. That's what I was asking. Are you into Pokemon? Because, dude, this whole dang it's heavy. This whole damn
Mhm.
freaking binder is full of freaking Pokemon. And I spent Saturday and Sunday all damn day trying to look up prices for this crap, and it's hard to find. And then like
Oh
I gave
yeah.
up. I said, you know what? Screw it. I give up. So look,
Hmm.
that's all freaking 1996, man. Look at that. All of those are Pokemon from 1996.
Mhm.
And it's like, what the hell? It's like, and there's Japanese Pokemon and there's these other Pokemon, and I don't know enough about Pokemon to like look. So I'm like, dude, I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure this is worth something, but I have no idea what it's worth. And so could you imagine some
Mhm.
like grandma like selling like, here, $5? It's just stupid cards. There is a card in here though that I found that it
Mhm.
could be like $1,000. It could be
Oh, really?
depending on if it's not bent or whatever, right? So
Well, and the grading and the printing and all that stuff
yeah,
like that.
like
Yeah.
at the least it's 250. One stupid card, but it's from 1996, and my brother took care of it. You know, I obviously didn't play with it. Like he knew enough to like buy this dang binder and put it somewhere. So like there's
Mhm.
stuff like that laying around people's homes that um no one I don't know what the value of it. I might go to a card like shop and just say, "Hey, what are these worth?" I have no idea.
Mhm.
I just want to know. I'm not trying to sell it because they're gonna say this is worth $12. Cool, but
What you
there's a
should
lot.
do is take just a couple in and just say, "Hey, I have a bunch of these, whole bunch. What do you think?"
Yeah, yeah. So look, it could be
If
10,
you
maybe
show them all,
20K. Yeah,
he's going to find that one that's really worth something and say, "I'll give you this much for the whole pile." But if you go in
no,
there and you make him do some research,
yeah, just like
that way
maybe
he'll
take.
tell you, "Oh, it's number 47, which is really worth something." That way
Yeah,
he has to tell you that.
and since like Guam is so close to Japan, like I have like half the book is Japanese, right? And then I guess the Japanese ones could be worth more than the U.S. ones, right? Just I don't know what it says, right? Like I
I
don't.
I didn't realize how far west Guam was until I just saw it was on some YouTube video. It showed a
Yeah,
world map, and wow, that's
it's far, man. It's like
it's almost
seven.
directly south of Japan, right?
Yeah,
If you follow Japan directly south,
it's about 4 hours, a 4 hour plane ride to Japan.
yeah.
So what about like 1,800 miles from Japan? I mean,
Mm,
not depending on which part, but it's
yeah.
yeah, it is far as hell. Like it's a long plane ride, and I gotta
Mhm,
fly from here to San Francisco, then San Francisco to sometimes Hawaii, but I'll try to go all the way to Japan, then backtrack to Guam because there's no like direct
mhm,
flights, right? It's a long journey. It's 22 hours of flight time.
mhm.
Flight time not into include layovers, so it's like a dang journey.
I
Um,
remember going to Hong Kong and Vietnam and what was the other one?
oh,
Taiwan, and I was so excited on the ride there. So it was fine. On the way back, though, I thought I was going to go nuts inside the plane. I mean, just being trapped in the plane for like
I
16, 17 hours.
yeah. John has some cool, like a lot of cool beer cans in his house. Because when he was live streaming, he panned over and showed like the cans and stuff. I was like, whoa, that's cool. Because like there's little things. I used to collect like stamps and also buttons. Those little button things like
Mm-hmm.
ACDC little buttons, and I used to collect a lot of those. I don't know, they got rusted, and I just don't know where they're at anymore. But yeah, yeah, I need to figure out what these Pokemon cards are worth and stuff like that, and not to sell it, just to like say, hey, wow, this thing is this much, and maybe I know better not to like freaking screw around with it, right? Too much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh no, no. Let's see what Musa D is saying here. Yeah, the Philippines is a long, long flight. Oh yeah. Hey, guys, if you want to see some cool stuff, Two Boys and Their Scary Pops puts some like pretty good stuff out there. The effects and things that he puts out, and the stories. Like there's some scary stuff out there. And I think I was saying that like when I'm going on a road trip, I'm driving to California. It's long, and I would everybody's sleeping, and I'd listen to scary stories, like Um, Okay, I forgot what the name of the channel was, but it's just continuous scary stories about whatever. And that thing keeps me up. But yeah, he's got some cool stuff. And some good effects. But yeah, man, I gotta check these Pokemon things, and then um not much sports stuff. A lot of Pokemon stuff, but Pokemon seems to be worth a lot of money. Uh Oh no donation, man, is necessary. I just kind of do this just to hang out and relax, Musa. Um, but what do you want to talk about next week, David?
I think next week. Well, I don't know yet. That's the thing, and that's what just so everybody knows, we were talking about that ahead of the show. I wanted to do kind of like a weekly report of some kind,
Yeah.
very brief, and just share something nerdy from the week or something fun from the week. And so I think what I'm going to do is, if I can figure out a way to make it work, is that I'll put it in a video format. It'll be short. It'll be something we play.
Oh yeah.
Because if I try to walk through it verbally, I'll just start going on tangents, and I won't make any sense. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is I'll do a brief video on, hey, here's some interesting stuff, or did you know this from history? And a lot of stuff might be something that people already know, but it's just random catches of things that I thought were neat.
That'd be cool. And can you shoot it in? Can you save it in 9/16 MP4?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
I can do it. I can do it either way. Assuming the media that I grab or the way I set it up, as long as I set it up right. The problem is you can't fit a lot of text on this, but I guess if you're watching on full screen, it should be.
it could be. I mean, whoa! Look at that.
Look at that. That's the Bert cam.
Oh yeah. So like it would show like
I saw that hanging on the wall at the post office.
What's this?
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, that's.
Oh, yeah, the guy, right?
Yeah.
Don't am I missing or am I a suspect?
It said do not approach.
Oh yeah, that's approach with caution.
Yeah, call the
But
authorities immediately.
yeah, so like next week I want to do the vertical again because it's kind of fun. It's like a challenge, right? To like
Yeah.
to squint and see you and run things and figure out how to like play stuff on the vertical. So
Well, and
like
also by then you will be able to see what it meant on the numbers and what it's done with bringing people through and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean
that's cool.
even if it pulls in like like Musa, right? I'm not sure. Musa's coming through the shorts feed coming through, and I saw like 2 or 3 new names pop through, right?
Yeah, that's
We
great.
said hello.
That's great.
And that's the thing is to see someone coming through and maybe getting them connected with one of our friends here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And because like I'm pretty cool. Like I just hit 7,000 by now. Thanks, Eric, for the congratulations. I don't really check it too much, but I hit 7K just recently while we're on this live stream, um, which is cool. And it's a big help from Sith of Spine Ticks, man. Everything like we always talk. He's like, hey, check this out, do this. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna make shorts, this stuff. So I've taken a lot of guidance from Sith, man. Thanks so much, Sith. And then I try to share like the guidance with other people, right? Like, hey, you put SEO, do some shorts, have some fun. Just when you get monetized, you will be free.
So he's kind of like Yoda, and then you're like Obi-Wan, and then the rest of us are all Luke's in training. Is that kind of the way it is?
I'm still in training too. So like
but then again, he's Sith, so he can't be.
Yeah, he's the
So we're on the dark side of the Force. Oh, I had no idea.
But did you not know that the dark side is actually a piece that's needed?
So I'm looking more like Yoda each passing year.
So, but it's not. It's no good, no bad. It's both that are needed, right? It's the yin and the yang, just like this right here, right?
Yeah.
So we can't call it bad. It's just the other piece of something else. So yeah, like
one is the absence of the other, is what it is.
Right. It's yeah. So we're just the other side of other. I try not to like listen to too much, right? Like, but then if I see something, someone tells you something and they're genuine about it and I try it and it works, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like you work and do what's best, right? Hey,
you get a lot of good tips from people.
Hey, thanks, James, for coming through, guys. Check out this nerd. He does a lot of cool stuff with gaming, and he also does like Minecraft videos, and he does some very cool shorts, guys. So check out this nerd. One of my older friends, his name is James, and he's from Colorado, right? So he's a cool dude. Thank you, James, for coming through, man. I'm glad you came through the live stream. But yeah, man, it's that'd be nice if you do a short,
Had
like like a minute, or minute and a half, 2 minutes of like what you want to like showcase or do. We could play it like how I
yeah,
play the stuff.
like we talked about me saying something about the stock market. We don't want me bringing up a screen and showing you anything.
Right. Yeah,
That's
that
the
would be
last
good.
thing we want. If somebody thinks that's what they want, they're mistaken, because they'll regret it 4 hours later. But if I can just do something short, put it in a video format, it'll be just like any of the movies or not movies, but videos I post on YouTube. But it'll just be kind of like stuff. I'll show a picture of something and I'll talk about it and blah blah.
Yeah. We got Myra Lane from Buying Space in here. What's up, Myra? How you doing? Just letting you know, if you're just popping in, I'm very busy at work, so I will catch up with a lot of people's content on Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, check out Buying Space. Very fast. She does a lot of unboxing. She talks, she reads about reads the Torah, and also like reads the like biblical stuff, which, believe it or not, I do listen and read into some of those things too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's cool. And then Musa, this is what kind of me, and he wanted to say, yesterday, you want me today. I'm good. Like, I'm good. It's totally up to you, Musa. But I normally do a lot of this to like share information with friends and have friends a place to come and chat with each other. And then it's a good time for me and David to catch up, because I know, David, you said you had a sour mood and stuff. Like, no, this would be good. Let's just
I was,
let's just talk.
I was in such a mood that I was just like, I think I'm gonna be such dead weight. And then I just got to the point where I was like, nah, I need to show up. And then right then I was just like, okay, I'm in a good mood now, because now I'm gonna
That's
go,
what's it.
I'm
Just come
gonna see
on.
Bert.
Yeah, it's fun. Like we only get to talk to each other every like Tuesday, sometimes Sundays, and like a lot of
Yeah.
times you're like, oh man, I'm not feeling. But you come on and like we just have a conversation about wherever we want to go. Like so, I was
And
like, well,
almost always the thing that I feel like I don't want to do right now is the thing I need.
that's most the
It's just
case.
my brain just resisting, rebelling out of the gate.
Yeah, and look at Rushmore. It puts you in the best moods. I like going on live
Yeah.
streams. Doing live streams are fun. Like
And it
Zach.
brings out a
Yeah,
genuine nice mood, I think. I mean, it brings out, it's not like you put on a front. It's like you really have fun, especially when everybody's talking about funny stuff.
right. I'm not gonna say it anymore. I'm not saying that same word. But like on here, there's all these guys have live streams. Like Zach has a live stream. He's totally cool dude. He's happy, he's stoked. Sith, of course, he goes on. This is his
Mm-hmm.
time. Maiden, Rushmore. It's like we went with Rushmore the last time. We had a good time. Everybody like on here
Yeah, that
with
was
us right
fun.
now. They
That
go
was
do live
fun.
streams, and
It was really fun.
yeah, it turns your mood around. Like it does,
Yeah.
because one, I like it when I get to talk with someone. Where if I was by myself, then I'd just be talking to myself, and I'm either
Yeah.
talking in the chat, but now I'm talking to you, and we're watching chat, and it kind of brings it all
Yeah.
together, because like literally
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have any topic. We've not spoken, like, and I was like, hey, you good? And yeah. It's like, okay, I know where we're gonna go. Let me see where you're at, and let's see where we can go, and like
Yeah.
hopefully you can have put you in a better mood, right? Um,
Oh yeah. And you did 100%.
yeah, and it's therapy. Look at that. Maiden came on once when he was super sick. He's like, "Oh, but I'm gonna come on for you, bro." And
Yeah.
then I could see like it just like it rejuvenates you when you go back on. Like he
Yeah.
was sick, and then we got like hour in, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just like boom. It's like something about it. It's not about being on the camera and stuff. It's not about that. Like for me and for all these
It's
other
just
guys, it's just about
knowing that
sharing.
somebody out there knows that I exist right now and this is what I'm doing, that is just enough of a connection sometimes.
Yeah, it is, and it is, and you get to like, yes, and the most important thing is to chat too, and that's why sometimes I miss it. That's why, like, if you see me and I'm not listening, I'm like going back just to make sure I didn't miss anybody asking a question or whatever it is, because like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we may miss something, right? When you're talking, and it's tough, like watching chat
What
and
we
also
need to do is
talking.
get you a button on your side and then a little red light on my side. And so whenever you're starting to lean into the chat and you need me to be more chatty, then you just hit the button and then this red light comes on here and I know to try to
Right.
pick it up.
Or I
Because
could just say,
a lot of times I'll tend to kind of wait back.
Yeah, but if it's something, I'll say, "Hey, Dave, talk about your guitar or something," and like, remember, and I was like, "Let me catch up with chat." So I'm like really like
Yeah.
looking wrenching out people and stuff. So we're getting there as far as like getting it moved on and stuff. But yeah, man, a lot of guys up in here, man. You guys are all awesome, and I'm happy that you came on, hung out with me and David. We went totally off the cuff today. We didn't even talk about what we were talking about, and I'm glad, David. I'm glad that you are in a better mood, man. Like seriously, like
Oh yeah, I appreciate, because I sent you that note. I said I'm in kind of a sour mood. You still want me on? Because I wanted to leave it up to you because I knew supporting you would put me in a better mood, but I just wasn't sure if you wanted to deal with a potentially surly Dave.
no, I already knew, man. Like when you come on, it's just gonna be like because I
Yeah,
don't like
yeah,
I don't push, right? I just see where we want to go and we'll go wherever we're gonna take it. And I've
yeah.
been pretty good about that. I could be a guest.
Mhm,
I could be a host. It's just dealing with kids and people for the past
mhm,
almost 30 years. Like I could kind of read into like where do we want to take this. You want to cry on the stream, like it's been part like
mhm.
with Rev. Oh my God, man, that was hard. I was with Rev and he was talking about his dog, and I was like, it went there, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, it's just sad, right? So it's wherever we want to go, and where we don't want to go, we'll not go. Like it's all fair game to some
Yeah.
degree in context, right? We can have
Well,
fun
and
and
also,
yeah,
if someone really wants to talk about something and it is cutting deep, the last thing you want to do is get in the way of that, as long as they feel comfortable sharing, because they
yeah,
may not get the nerve to talk about it again within a week or ever. So if someone is starting to pour their heart out, that's one thing I've learned that sticks with me pretty good. If someone starts to pour their heart out, then you know, start listening.
right. Yeah, I mean it's those things, man. And a lot of times when someone is going through some issues, like it's not about what you're gonna tell them. It's about, are you gonna listen and just let them
Yeah.
say it, and then wait for the moment to give
Mhm.
confirmation. You don't say, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. No, 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 no. It's like a dance, right? I don't dance, but I could
Mhm.
do people in that I know what they need, based because I could
Mhm.
feel like I'm an empath. I could feel things. I can't really feel it through the
Oh yeah,
thing, so but
you're so good at helping everybody out with this. I mean, you've been a big help to the community, and so it's that same skill set. I think plays into this because you're not just giving advice in general. You're talking about, hey, for your channel, this might be a good idea. For your channel, this might be a good idea, or these are some things that we can do.
yeah.
So
And I just try to put out everything out there, and it's up to people, right? Like I've never forced anybody to come on the live. I've not done, but I secretly I want you to, but I'm not gonna push. Like
mhm,
eventually you'll be ready, and it's okay. Let's go. If you're ready, let's go.
mhm,
And that's the thing. You wait for someone who is for them to be ready, because that's the best time to give the advice is when they're actually ready to hear it. A lot of times it's just providing what you can and helping people out somehow. um,
yeah,
that's why I try everything. Like dang Frank's Red Hot, I put everything, I do everything, like everything YouTube is going to allow me to do, I will do. And I could tell you this is kind of cool, or don't do that. Like I could tell you for a fact, don't go to everybody's comment and try to promote yourself or someone else in another person's comments, because they're going to YouTube chat ban you. Learned that a
yeah,
long time ago. So I said, screw it. I'm gonna make a community with Raf and a bunch of cool friends, and we're gonna hang out and we'll chat there and connect there. So now
yeah.
I know this works. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
was put in YouTube comment jail for, I think I dropped the hashtag on somebody's video or something like that on as in the comments. And but it was meant to be, just saying, hey,
yeah.
represent.
But it's for some reason they just don't like it when you try to do
Oh
extra on a
yeah,
comment. It's like, okay, I guess you don't
yeah,
want us to do that, right? They don't even like the word brother. Like sometimes if you use it too much, it's like they'll chat. I remember a guy like got like blocked for like 2 days because he kept using brother, as a term of endearment on something, whatever.
Yeah.
And little things like that. I'm like, okay, but you won't cut the stream down for me. How many times do you think I said the word DICK? But it's in context.
Right.
Probably 30 times.
But it's in context. I think it was mostly not in context.
It
If
was.
I had to average it out, if I had to plot a chart on it, I don't think it's going to give us a good grade there.
Yeah, but it's like it's still within the realm.
Sponsorship. You're sponsored by Ghost, right?
I'm
Your beverage
sponsored.
there.
I wish I was. I'm sponsored by Ghost, and we're remember, but we started the chat, and a freaking Viagra thing was playing on my dog. I have a dog open just to make sure I'm looking. It's good to go. You know, it was Viagra. I was like, okay, Viagra. How did you know? And then that's like, okay. I guess that's what you want me to talk about then. Good, because I'm a dickhead. I am the number one fan of Grady Dick.
There you go.
Yeah, but man, YouTube doesn't like Hulk Hogan. They don't. I put Hulk Hogan on a short that I thought do well. Nah, they don't like Hulk Hogan. Uh, who
Why
does you?
don't you like Hulk Hogan?
I have no idea, man. I
Who
did.
the heck doesn't like Hulk Hogan? What is going on in this world if somebody doesn't like Hulk Hogan?
Oh, they don't, and they don't like Dog the Bounty Hunter too. I think it's people who are
Actually,
like,
I'm with them on that. I don't like him that much either.
yeah.
It needs to give up on the hairstyle. That has to be.
The Bounty isn't Ozzy. Ozzy did the soundtrack, right? The Bounty Hunter. What is that? It sounded like Ozzy. But thanks for the friendship. We both have our times, and yeah, John, man, you're awesome, and Maiden, and Sith, and Judy for sure. Judy, everybody in the chat right now. Rushmore, sticking around. Sith, of course. Can't wait to be on your show on Saturday, and everyone who's like just hanging out. Eric of Two Boys and Scary Pop, and then of course Musa coming in. Probably a younger person. Asking like, I'm not asking for donations. I'm good to go. I will let you know next week what all the D words did. If it still got some monetization, then I'll say, okay, you could say it 30 times in context, right? So because I have to, man. I'm in the fan club.
Based on how many times you say a certain word or don't say a word. And just like the scoreboard. Remember I talked about, you could have made this much on this video. But then,
Oh yeah, and thank you also, my Linda. Maybe it would do better if I didn't say it, but I didn't say it last. Oh, I did. I did say it on last stream, but maybe it is. Maybe I'll get more Viagra ads.
Becoming a trend. It's becoming a trend. We're gonna have to talk to you about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then hey, thank you, Patty Fish, and Renee. Yeah, but yeah, guys. David, I think it's about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna
Great
go.
job in the chat, everybody. That
Yes.
was just this must have been a coordinated script you guys worked through somehow, because it was just funny after funny after funny, and you guys were working with each other, so you guys are killing it.
Yeah, and every time I tried to stop, they just showed me to say it again. It's like, okay, I will say it in context because I do like Grady Dicks, right? So, and thank you, Zach, for sure. And then next week we'll have a little report from Dave, and of course I'm gonna talk about it until they choose the MVP. It's funny. It sells, I think, right? So if you guys, as far as
that
YouTube,
could be something we could do is if anybody who's an NBA fan could just bring that could be part of the discussion next week.
Oh yeah, and hello Misty, how you doing? Yeah,
just punch in. People could just punch in, because not everybody's going to be interested in basketball to that level. So, but the folks that are, they could drop some comments in there.
Yeah,
and
but then
it's interesting to everybody because we all act like fools. So
we do, and we're slightly tasteful, if you want to call it that, right? But of course, anyone coming in like, oh my god, what are you guys talking about? That's when I'll show the card and say, hey, I'm the biggest fan. You don't believe me? I put a long form video and a short on that, and it's got 1,000 views. Right? So like, you don't believe? I'm not making this up.
that's funny.
It's like it's betting. It's like the 1,000-to-1 horse you bet on. You're the only dude in the stadium, but you put $100 on it. Crap. If you win, you'll be like, everybody would look up to you like, oh my god, that's the only dude that called it. Grady Dick. It's gonna be MVP.
You're like, I saw it coming early. I saw the
I,
talent.
look at Maiden there. Yeah, so like it's something, and if you have something that like with your channels and stuff, if you have this thing like a Grady did, like I don't know how long I'm gonna go with it, but so far it's been something to talk about, right? It's funny, it's
Mhm.
catchy, it's out there, uh, it's funny. It brings people that don't like really follow basketball into it. Like, oh, that's funny. I remember when they put the guy, yeah, the two guys traded jerseys, and it kind of brings it together in some way, right? So if you have something funny
I
and
see,
hilarious,
I see two boys in their scary pops. They mentioned best 3-pointer to win a game. That might be another thing. So that might be something fun. If you're interested in basketball, we can spend a few minutes next week talking about either your current favorite player or a moment you want to share.
okay. You wanna okay, so I'm writing it down. Best 3-pointer or best like sports moment, maybe, right? We could do that. Um, I'll try to think of something so I can come up and add more on top of Grady, right? And then you'll do something.
You mean there's going to be something else, somebody else on your list? I think he's a standalone. He's either it's him or nobody.
Jersey will be everywhere. We have done some basketball Rushmores, yes. And good night, Lorenzo. And then yeah, so David, I guess I'll text you, and you'll make a little 9 by 16 minute or so or 2 minute
Yeah, I'm
video
gonna
on
try
something.
to think of something creative and fun, and just keep it simple.
Right. Yeah, man. MDBC for real. Like you guys are
Great.
fantastic. Yeah. And then again, it's like I'm hoping as we grow. I've grown to like some point, but still gotta like we tend to it and things like that and check. And I'm glad that it's we're still there. Still, the crew is
Yeah.
still together. We're still together, and then
Well,
um,
we're not only are we still together, but it's growing still.
it is,
We have
and it's growing
new people
nicely,
tuning in,
right?
and that's I mean it's such a blessing to have more and more people involved, more and more perspectives,
Yes, but
more and more experiences,
let's
and
see. But
more cats.
dude, for real, and yeah, and that look, dude, we got a lot of sports cards and comic people here too, man. And
Mhm.
of course, like Sith, and then Maiden, and David Card Entertainment, and two boys, it's Eric,
Hmm.
and Rushmore. He's got the pop culture part. So there's a lot of people, a lot of different types of people up in here, and of course, Judy. Judy's everywhere. One of the best supporters ever. Thank you so much, Judy. And she knows a lot about a lot. Like seriously, music,
She
sports.
knows a lot about a lot.
That's all I'm gonna say. She knows a lot about a lot. Like seriously, like she could
She knows
on
too
levels.
much.
That Judy is the MVP. Like for real. Like she is there.
Okay.
One, she has nothing to gain as far as watch hours and views. Like seriously, she's just here and has become a friend. Like that's crazy, man. Her and Robert Springs. Like that is yeah. Look, we got 2 votes for the MVP on Judy. I would vote for Judy too, and right, like and Robert Springs too is on that same list right now. Um, and Judy is like always one of my. I always pin her comment because she's always first. Like she say thanks for, and she will say thank you for pinning my comment. Of course, Judy, you are the best. And like after the end of this month, I'm gonna send her another card because I always send my top commenter a card. Because like, come on, like man, like it's fantastic. But and then there's me with K-pop and card games. And yes, Yeet Man, and he's the youngster of the bunch with K-pop and card games. That is the Yeet Man, 24 Yeet Man. And then we will have another dance challenge in February next year, right? That's I know it's a long time from now, but you're welcome, Judy, and thank you, John. Thank you all, and we'll see you on Tuesday. I'll be on Spine Ticks on Saturday. The Rushmore will be on Friday, and then I believe Maiden is going out on Sunday, and then of course there's Zach, and then there's a bunch of other people that go on. There's live, so we'll check each other out there, and of course there's this nerd. Welcome, and thank you, Maiden, for the 7K. Congrats. I'm pushing. I'm trying to. Me and Sith trying to get to the 100K mark. That's when you get the plaque. And it'll be cool, David.
I
When
can send you a plaque. if you
No,
want.
no. I got already plaque on my teeth, but like I want that 100K just because like it's like
A Megadeth
yeah,
Dream
like
album is what it
you
looks
don't
like.
you don't get nothing for 10, you don't get nothing for 20, nothing for 40, 50. It's the 100K mark, right? That's like that's
Hmm.
where you the goal, right? And it's good to have a goal, but
It's
my goal
amazing
is broken.
channels have like 50,000 or 60,000 subscribers, and it's amazing how many channels there are.
There is, and Rushmore, you will get to that 1K mark. It's not like the sub part is the easier part to get than the watch hours, as we all may know, right? It's just how it is. But hey, good night, everybody, and I'll see you on. I still visit live streams, I guess, with live streams, but I'll continue watching content on Saturday, Sunday, and then again, I got star testing for the next couple weeks. It's called Star, right? So I got to be kind of busy. And thank you all, man, for being here and hanging out with me and David on this little small
Yeah.
vertical live stream, right? And it's
Mhm.
fun. David,
Vertical.
yeah, it's vertical. We gotta put our names together. I'm sorry about that. David, do you want any parting words to the people up in here?
No, just rock on. Stay awesome.
Mm. All right, y'all. Good night, everybody. You guys be blessed, and I will be back on Tuesday, and I'll be a guest with Sith on Saturday, and I'll see you on your live streams. You guys all have a good night. Peace out, everyone.
Stay awesome, y'all.
Staying awesome.